Hello, hello. I'm running into some issues with my thing. There we go. Okay. Now it's all good. Good morning, everyone. Go ahead and have that right there. Let's see. Let me get things sorted here. Here, let's see if I can get things sorted here. I was trying something different and it was like all kinds of screwy. 80. Give me a second here. If I can get this all sorted how I would want. Oh, there we go.
Hello, everybody. We're back.
Hello. It's so good to see everyone again. Hello. It's Community Manager Dork.
And I'm Eric Paul, and we've missed you. It's felt like a long time. It has not been a
All
long
right.
Yeah,
time.
it feels like it's been like
There we go.
forever, but
Hi,
don't
hi
worry.
everyone. Welcome
We've
in,
got
welcome in.
Eric, we've got
Sorry,
me,
just
and then we've
fixing some
also
stuff.
got our friendly special guest, Andre.
The elusive yet popular Andre,
Yes.
which we'll cut to in a
I'm
second.
hoping that
But
we
Yeah.
we
even though we're
get
going to do
some really
something
good
very
news and
always
some
Always.
good
famously
information.
putting me to shame.
Always famously dressed. Yes. The back of the vest looks killer. I
Yes.
promise you.
Well,
it
now
looks
I
killer.
gotta show
Oh yeah,
you.
now
Ooh,
you gotta show
wow,
it.
look at
Yeah,
that.
Oh, Lord.
it looks so cool. But yeah, so great to be back and to be
We're probably
talking
going to talk
about
about
some
this
news and
summer
updates
event
for
that's going to
you
be
about what's
happening.
going on in the world of Dead by Daylight.
Yep. And wow, it's loud out there. If someone wants to shut that door, that'd be great. Uh, it's not in, our running point, our talking points, but I figured let's reflect a little bit. Last month we had quite a moment with the community here in Montreal. So many of you came out to be with us to celebrate the 10th anniversary, and I know for us here on the dev team, it created genuinely
Hopefully the audio is okay.
lifelong memories. I hope
Yeah.
that for the folks who are able to come, you feel the same. We want to be able to do it again, so keep up the positivity there, and we'll keep you updated as the time goes on to see if we can do another one.
There we go.
Yeah, it was really awesome to see just the onslaught of people coming out and meeting you all in person. It was
Oh yeah,
truly
this is their
mind
first dev
blowing
stream
just how many
since the
people were like
anniversary
kind of
party.
running
It's
up to
right.
us and wanted to talk to us. Um, and I just love and appreciate every single person I got to meet, everything I got to sign, every picture I got to take. It really was like world changing, just mind altering to just kind of have that experience. So
Yeah.
thank you all so much for coming out and spending your day with us. Is because it was like from morning
Oh
to
yeah, it was a long
to
day.
late night. Yeah,
It was a long day.
I don't think I got home until like midnight. So thank you all so much. It was so much fun, and I really enjoyed it.
And I thank you as well. If you couldn't be here, I know we streamed a lot of it. That was
Oh, let
where
me
I
move
was
some
most
of
of the day
this.
was on on the the talk show set. So it was great that you could join us from home. But we mentioned
This
if
stuff
you caught it,
is all
we
right.
want
There
to
we
be
go.
able to bring that to more people around the world too. We've created this thing called the Campfire Tour that you're going to hear more about as it becomes more of a thing. But we want to be able
Yeah,
to bring
hopefully I can go
experiences like
to
we had in
any of
Montreal
them that are in
to many
California.
locations around the world to where our players are. So stay tuned on that one. Yeah, it was just a really magical time. Thanks again for everyone. And I will also say, because we're the community team, we're already taking your feedback on the event to think about how we could do things differently in the future and make
Yeah, probably don't have it at a
so thank you for those who gave us their feedback.
like
All right, on to the
doc.
actual talking points of the show. This is something we do every year. we're doing it a little differently this year, and that's Into the Rainbow. If you've been around, you know we usually do it in June.
Okay, so they are going to
For a
talk about Into
couple
the Rainbow.
reasons, we
Okay.
wanted to switch things up this year. As I just mentioned, we both just mentioned June was
It was supposed to
a
happen
crazy month for
last
us,
month.
Oh yeah.
and
Supposed
we
to happen
didn't
in
want
June.
Into the Rainbow to just feel insignificant amongst massive event, massive broadcast, in-game event. So getting it out of June was nice because in Montreal we celebrate Pride almost now. It's coming next week. World Pride as well is coming next week, so we aligned it
Yep.
to that. Give us more time to make something special for Into the Rainbow, which we are doing this year. So it's kicking off July 28th. It's going to run until August 10th. It's not just a single one moment thing. And the official part of it on our stream will be there on the 28th to kick things off. And then we're going to be handing it off to a bunch of fantastic, awesome people for that entire
Yeah, they have
run.
that listed on the
And it's
roadmap.
going to be a super cool event. So stay tuned. July 28th, Into the Rainbow is back. All right, down to some business. If you haven't been around the last couple days, we have a new Rift. The new
Yeah,
Rift is
a lot of people
out.
aren't happy
It's
with
the
this Rift.
Sunflesh Rift.
I think it's nice, but
And we've got
I think the
stuff
Fang
for
skin's
Wraith,
hair is
Plague,
just chopped.
Umbrella, Zarina, Tori, and Kate.
Oh, I love
But
getting
also from our previous
ads
community
on the
contest,
side.
which you're gonna talk
Thanks,
about the new one
Twitch.
in a
I
moment.
will.
We have Feng Min's Star Student and the Knight's Splinter Rose as part of the free track, which is so awesome to see these becoming
Oh,
reality.
yeah.
As well as the Deadly Prize.
Remind me
banner
next time I
and the
do this to
Moonstone
log into my
Maurice-
Twitch on the browser
Moonstone
source.
Maurice badge. So congratulations again to the winners. Hold on just one sec. We're going to talk about the new contest very soon. I did want to mention, because you've noticed it, the Trickster recolor, there's definite issues with that, which we are aware of, thanks to you, and we're going to be working on.
Yeah, it
So
looks
stay
exactly the
tuned,
same as a
updates
current
as we have them.
outfit.
We'll also mention Sable Ward's Gothic Romance and the Unknown's Unsolved.
Oh, they're talking about it.
Contest outfits are now available in the store as well. And lastly, Shane, who we love.
Oh, they're not going
dearly,
to talk about it
a
being
great
purchased for Orc
addition to
Cells.
Fog. Shane's Very Rare Cosmetics are going to get their Eerie Shard prices added on the 24th. So that's tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll also add what was one of the most memorable moments during the live stream broadcast for the anniversary was just the reaction to Shane
Yeah.
and to see the outpouring of love and support on socials. Even now, like
Shane's a great
still
survivor. I
seeing
like
a
his
lot of
lore. I like his look.
amazing love towards Shane.
I'm so happy that
was
we have more
just-
inclusion
I'm so glad
with
that we
people.
got to have that experience.
I
with
want to give
everyone.
a quick shout out to Simply Aretha. I was talking to her before the broadcast and expressing her interest. Oh, I wish we could have an Indigenous survivor, and it was killing me to not be able to talk about it. I just kept saying like, let's reconnect in like an hour.
Like an hour.
So yeah, it was a great moment there, but I wish I could have shared more.
All right, so next we're gonna hop into or make a splash into.
Hi,
Summer
Cats. How you doing?
Screams. Yeah, you like that?
Yeah,
Which
okay.
will
This
be
is info
starting out
I'm
on the
interested on.
28th. And in case you didn't know, Summer Screams will be our summer event where we'll be rotating through different game modes and modifiers. During this
Featuring them up a
iteration,
bit?
we'll be having Lights
Well, they're
Out,
maxed out on
Chaos
there,
Shuffle,
so I'll have to
and
do it in
2v8,
OBS.
making a comeback. This will be accompanied by the Waterfront Massacre collection, getting some new additions to the collection.
Yeah.
So super excited for that. And like Eric had said, the Design a Cosmetic contest is
That
live
better?
for 2026. You have until 11 a.m. on July 27th to get your work of art.
I'm so on
in.
Lights Out.
And
I don't
those
like
who
that the
do
survivors
win,
get
will be
Windows
getting
Opportunity
a
base kit.
2026
I want it to be
badge,
spooky
their
Springtrap
piece of
during
work
it,
put
and like I
into
feel
Dead
like
by
that kind of
Daylight, as well as
removes a lot of the
25,000
immersion in it.
Auric cells. So
So-
what are you waiting for?
Do you need more
Other than
cats
that,
or
just want to make sure everyone realizes
live stream is
there's gonna
just
be
quiet?
4 winners
It
per
is, yeah.
category
I
for
have
a
the volume
grand
maxed
total
out
of
on my end.
16. So there's some room in
Here,
there.
I can
to
hire
get
it
in
a
there.
tiny bit more.
Andre and I were the ones in charge of it last year. This year it's going to be myself and Basak, who is currently moving.
Yeah, when don't they
the
have issues
stuff
with
around.
their
Thanks so
live
much.
stream?
And we're super excited, and we're already seeing such amazing works. So thank you so much for that.
It's the best time of the year. I do think of it as a precursor to what we're now.
Yeah, well, how
doing
come Eric
in
doesn't have a lav mic? He has
Mm.
just
like,
an
the
actual
Design a
mic.
Cosmetic contest crawled so that Grimoire could walk. I don't know.
Merch? What?
This is also going to be our last chance for some of the Dead by Daylight official
I mean,
merch
most of
that
this is
came out
sold
for the
out already.
anniversary. So make sure
Like
you're checking
90%
out
of it
the
is sold
website
out.
to see if there's anything from this amazing collection that you'd like to go ahead and take home. And other than that, I think we've got some updates from Eric about Gamescom.
Oh yeah. So I mentioned a few minutes ago, we want to be where our players are more and more, and I'm very happy to say we're coming to Gamescom this year. If you
Cool.
were at
Okay.
Gamescom last year or the last few years, you might know there's been a fan-run booth, cosplay booth, if you want to call it. This fantastic dude named Marco Aranos and his crew every year at Gamescom do an amazing, just completely separated from us booth on their own. And what we've talked about the last couple of years,
Integrating
we're
it with
finally
actual
doing
behavior.
now,
Who's the guy on
that
the
we're gonna
left?
together
They
on a
said his
joint
name
booth that we'll
earlier.
have at
He's
Gamescom, especially geared
I
towards
don't remember his
photo
name. I'm gonna be
opportunities,
honest.
cosplayers. Immerse yourself.
I'll
come
have his
and
name on
immerse
the
yourself
screen when
in
he's talking.
DBD. So if you're in Europe, if you're in Germany, we would love to have you at Gamescom next month. So swing on by. And as a final segue, La Fogata. So as you've noticed, Andre is here.
Andre, there we go. That's his
Andre's
name.
our regional community strategist. You might
There you
know
go.
what that means,
There's your answer,
but
cats.
Piece it together by the words. He and the team focus on the regional parts.
You
not
judging
just,
Eric for using a
where we have
ThinkPad?
English speakers.
I don't think it's
there's
his
plenty of people around the
choice.
world
I'm gonna be
hopefully watching
honest.
right now from plenty of different regions, and we
Oh
want
my
to
God, it's
be thinking
Twitch.
about you all the time. So that's Andre's focus. So he's going to be talking.
Remind me
to
next
us
time I
about
do
La
a
Fogata.
dev stream
I
reaction
do
to
want
just log in
mention,
through
if
the
any of our
browser
Spanish,
source.
community is watching as we talk about this. We were all
Or you know what? Fuck it.
super saddened to see what happened in Venezuela. We're with you. We're thinking of you, and anything we can do to help you, send our way.
Okay, we'll do it
We
this
love
way.
you, Venezuela, in our LATAM community. So without further ado, Andre, take it away.
Thank you, Eric. Hello, friends. So as Eric said,
There we
we
go.
have a lot of regional
Yeah, but
players
YouTube
around
is
the world for Dead by
delayed
Daylight.
quite a bit
And what we want to do
than regards
going
to
forward with
Twitch.
the community live streams is to
Like
take
it's
some
a
time
solid like
and introduce you to the regional updates. So this time, again,
30
we're talking about La
seconds
Fogata.
behind.
And it is an annual event, in-game event that we have
Yeah, we
to
basically failed La
celebrate
Fogata.
Spanish-speaking community. This year
Yeah.
we had a couple of community quests
Agree, cats.
that you, our players, needed to work together in order to unlock some rewards. You have the badge for the condo.
Yeah,
which
the
represents
unlocks were
South
stupid as
America,
fuck. Look at
and,
that. 3 million
badge
heals for
for,
cybers, 175 million
Full,
hooks. That was so
represents
stupid.
Spain. So to get this out of the gate straight away, we admit that the numbers, for survival goal were a bit low, especially in comparison with how high the number.
Yeah, me and Paulie
for,
talked about it
for
a
hooks,
lot off
was.
stream.
So on the last day of the event,
Yeah, you just gave it
we
to
had
us.
ourselves a bit of a thriller, so to speak, because we still had a couple of million of hooks left in order to unlock the reward. And this is where I want to show you a quick clip of our DBD creator, Agustin Unoplay Ocho. Let's take a look.
Nos faltan colgar solamente 3 millones de Survivor, Virgo. 3 millones de Survivor y cumplimos como la comunidad de LATAM. Se los comento yo porque, claro, yo tengo una responsabilidad porque soy el streamer latanesco.
How much time was that for it? Half a day?
Que demos bien gente y cuelguen a los super...
So with this, with this hype, with this riling up the players.
Or maybe you
shout
can
out
set the number to a
Agustin,
reasonable
shout
number
out
and not
to
be fucking
Rimac
stupid.
Games from Spain, Agustin obviously from Argentina, to all the creators around the world, and of course to you, our players. Thank you so much for getting together and achieving this goal and
So dumb.
crushing the number and getting the reward. We also wanted to share with you a couple of cool.
Are you guys not going to say
artworks
like,
we
oh,
had.
next
So
time we're
this
going to
is
have
the
a more
condo
reasonable
that I
number?
mentioned before for the badge. And if you're wondering why Dwight and Trapper are chilling, enjoying marshmallows, is because La Fogata actually means, the campfire in Spanish. So hence the artwork of them chilling by the fire. So again, go back to the initial goal target.
Uh-huh.
For the hooks, it was a bit high.
A bit?
And, we didn't adjust the number in the process, we could, but we didn't because we didn't want it to undermine your immense effort that you
No,
put
I would have
already
preferred if you
into
would have
achieving this
adjusted in the
goal.
process.
And again, despite the fact that the initial target was a bit overestimated, you still crushed it. So congrats on that. That said, going forward in the future community quests, we will make sure that we distribute the goal numbers evenly between survivors and
Thank
killers, so it's
you.
not, as easy or simple to
Thank
achieve from one side
you.
or the other.
Yeah.
And
Make it
also,
30
we'll
fucking
make sure
hooks,
that
30
the
fucking heals. Oh. What?
Whoa, any pizza and any toppings for just $9.99
Great.
at Domino's? Now including Parmesan stuffed crust too?
Any size pizza.
Both
any
me and
toppings?
Polly streams
Crazy.
died.
I mean,
But-
it still makes me want to go crazy too. Next time I order,
Dom. Minnows.
I gotta post something, Rocco.
I fucking hate this so much.
We've got something, Rocco.
I don't have turbo, so they're just talking about the rewards still.
stream, hop
You want to
in,
buy it for me,
share
Cats?
your
Because I can't
thoughts.
afford turbo.
What did you think about the event? We're already starting working, on the next year.
For
So share
Christmas.
your thoughts of what you would like to see there, maybe rewards,
I would
Uh,
like stuff
we're
that's not a
interested
badge and
in,
banner as a
your
reward.
thoughts there. So again,
I
after
would
the
like
stream,
actual
hop on to
cosmetics.
socials and share your feedback. Muchas gracias a todos. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for breaking that all down to us, Andre. So now we're going to go ahead and transition over to our gameplay update segment with Mandy, Matthew, and Diego, which you all were going to be
I
super
thought
normal
Mandy
about.
wasn't going to be here. I genuinely assumed Mandy was not going to be on the stream today. Amen. Maybe it's pre-recorded. It could. No, I don't think it is. We'll see. Eric likes to mention a lot of stuff happening in Twitch chat. Plus, if it was pre-recorded, they wouldn't have had these transition periods. But are we finally going to get news for MMR? Because they've talked about how we're going to get a change to MMR and how it works. Is that finally going to happen, or... another one? I mean, we haven't had a change to MMR since skill-based matchmaking came out. And they had talked about how we were going to be getting one sometime this year. But yeah, I'm glad that moving forward they're going to have the community quests proportional of each other, because that was stupid as fuck having the survivor challenge be so easy and then having the killer one be so difficult. But yeah, Cats, I literally can't afford turbo. I'm on a very limited fun situation, and there's stuff happening in my IRL that might cause some stuff in the near future. So if I could, I used to have turbo. Believe me, I wish I did, because then I wouldn't have to frickin' sit here with ads whenever I want to watch somebody. How do I get rid of this? Allow me to remove that frickin' extension as well. I still have that from when I was doing my my stuff with Ben with White Noise. That's taking a while. There was also some interesting stuff regarding creators happening, so I am hopeful for next week. We shall see. Guys, are we gonna come back? You know what's funny, Cats? I was debating on playing Dead by Daylight at the end of the day yesterday, and I saw you online. I was like, oh, do I want to message them to play?
And please, big warm welcome.
Mandy,
for
talk
Happy
into the microphone.
and Diego.
You-
Happy. I'm gonna
yeah,
say it.
I was saying you were avoiding it, but you were unsuccessful.
Yeah,
Hello.
sorry, I'm gonna say it. It's one of those things. Like,
Mandy, I can't hear you.
Talk is gonna kill me later. So here we are with the gameplay section. So I'm gonna be handing this over.
I can't hear you, Mandy. Talk into the mic.
We're going to be talking about live design.
Yeah.
So this is a chapter release.
Is your mic even on, Mandy?
Generally speaking, we don't
Yeah, I don't know,
do
cats.
live balance changes for a chapter. That was the announcement we did previously. The reality is sometimes we need to,
Oh,
or we should, or we, it's a good idea to always be flexible for this kind of stuff.
Live games.
So generally speaking, I'm going to talk a little bit about the difference between expectations for live balance on a chapter versus
mics suck.
mid-chapter.
You have to have them in your
For a
mouth.
chapter, it's
I
gonna
know,
be
I
more
know.
dependent on emerging
But they've
needs.
had so much
this is,
issues with
we're seeing
their
stuff
lavalier mics,
players
and I'm
are
assuming
doing or interactions or
Eric and
changes in
Dork are
overall
coming back
performance
after
that we're
this.
not happy with, or we need to prepare for an upcoming mid-chapter. So this is the types of smaller changes we're going to do. Very, very small in scale and only when needed. When you say small in scale, we're not looking at reworking mechanics or adding or removing functionality. It's really just small numerical changes.
So no new systems or anything like that.
That's
I,
right.
what?
That's right. It's
We can't
focusing on
hear
higher
you,
risk
Mandy.
Concerns and quality of life changes.
Oh my God.
And as always, not intended to shake up the meta in a meaningful way.
Not on the chapter release.
Correct.
We're looking for those for mid chapters.
That's right.
Yeah.
So mid chapters, it's going to be much bigger in scale, and we're looking to be more and more impactful in this regard. Primarily killer and perk balance. Not only those two things, but definitely primarily.
Want to go there and handle
we're
sound for
expected
them?
to do bigger impacts
I
on the
just-
meta, right? So this
I've had
is
so
when we say
many
meta, of course, we don't
ideas I've
mean
told
what's
Polly
best,
for
we
their
mean what
stream,
players are
but there's no
playing
place for me to input
So this
my
is an attempt to
ideas to them.
diversify what players are experiencing a little bit more. And then also we're going to start focusing more on different aspects of gameplay. So that could vary from, is there too much gen focus? Is there too
Like
much
my
healing
thought is like
focus?
they need
there
boom mics,
not enough
like off.
hook on
Yeah,
hook
they boosted
interactions? Is
their
there
mic
not
audio,
enough
but they need boom
end
mics
gameplay?
off,
So
like
we're gonna
right off of
focus
camera.
changes around similar mechanics to give players an opportunity to explore a little bit more, and that's what we're trying to do in general.
So looking at it all holistically more than
That's right.
anything else.
That's right. So
Okay, interesting.
perk changes,
Oh,
primarily based on community feedback,
you need condensed mics and
And
a dynamic.
then
Yeah,
perceived over underperformance. So
either
more
that or
often
they
than
need
not, it's gonna
not
start
boom mics,
with
shotgun
our
mics. That's what they're
players
called. They need
complaining or
shotgun
our
mics
players
right off
overly
the
excited.
right above the camera
we'll
view.
talk to, we have the outside people we work with. We have content creators who give us information and feedback. So that's where it starts. They flag issues, they flag concerns. We try to be data driven in the sense of, does the data confirm or deny what they're saying? If it doesn't
definitely
match
gonna get
up, that
some
doesn't
hex,
suggest there isn't a problem.
uh,
It means maybe the problem isn't as
nerfs.
obvious as you think it is. So then we explore and we try to find
Because hexes
newer,
have come back into the meta.
better explanations for where players are experiencing friction points.
It's not just one thing. It's not just data. It's not just sentiment. It is a combined mix of,
That's
of
right.
everything.
That's
Yeah.
right. For this update, as I said before, limited to just tunables. So these are just numerical changes. We got buffs and we have some nerfs. For the buffs, on the killer side, we're looking at buffing.
Call Brian, save the best for last.
Save the best for
okay.
last.
Lol,
and
I
nurses
blame Hans
calling.
tweets whenever stop if
Got
that
numbers.
if that's the case. Yeah.
Sure.
Do we need the numbers?
Yes, we need the
Can't
numbers.
read them with my glasses on. Okay, so nurses calling. That's going to be regardless of the health state. The healing is shown. So if you remember, there was a
Yes.
change and a bug fix recently, and with the feedback from the bug fix, it caused us to rethink how.
Yeah.
we
So
want
it
that
had
to-
it so that
to
you
work
couldn't
more than
see the
anything
healer
else.
if someone else was healing.
Call of Brine. this will increase the time of regression from 70 seconds to 90 seconds.
Okay.
And
Okay.
what
I like
else have
Colin
we
Bryan, so that
got?
makes me happy.
Don't have
Save.
the best for last numbers.
No.
Oh, come on.
Well, you'll
I
see
wanted
in
to
the
hear
patch
save the
notes.
best.
Yeah.
For, damn it! I
Sorry.
wanted to hear save the
Last
best
I
for
checked,
last.
we were doing a playtest earlier today. It's still a little bit in flux. For survivor buffs, there's quite a few, but not as many as you might think. Apocalyptic Ingenuity, Adrenaline, Clean Break, Moment of Glory, Repressed
Whoa.
Alliance,
Okay.
and Technician. These
So
are
basically, like
all
a
getting
lot of the
small-
Walking
small
Dead
tweaks.
perks.
Got those. I've got some of those
Technician
anyway. So
and repressed.
apocalyptic-
Really?
Apocalyptic Ingenuity. We don't get me to say these words. My
Yeah,
dyslexia
technician buff is
verbal as
crazy.
well as written. It's now 2 chests and 4 seconds.
Okay.
What was the next one?
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline. Okay, that's actually going back to the way it used to be. So the haste is now
Oh,
increased
no.
back to 4 seconds from 3 seconds. The exhaustion will remain at 40 seconds.
That's right.
Okay.
So I think that's
Okay,
because
I
it
thought
got
she
difficult
meant
with
that it was gonna
diminishing
activate
returns,
even if
that
you're on
sort of
hook.
thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
I thought that's what she meant.
And clean break. That would go. That is going.
Okay, I'm
to
fine with
be
those numbers being
45
increased.
seconds broken instead of the 60 seconds.
Okay.
So that one I've got. And Repressed Alliance is the generator block time. I think is increasing slightly.
Yeah, just not
Ooh.
much, but again.
A slight increase.
I don't know
yeah.
if that's good or bad.
All right.
No
So now
technician.
debuffs.
Okay, we'll have to wait for the patch
Um,
notes.
If you're concerned that there's more survivor buffs than killer buffs, just wait a moment.
Oh,
So for debuffs on the killer side,
Texas,
it's really just one.
bro.
I added more.
Okay.
Oh, nowhere
did
to
you?
hide.
Oof.
The double
Sorry.
sword
You're in
press
trouble
lines.
now.
Yeah, I agree.
Nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
Getting
So that's
Oh,
down
oh.
from that's down to
okay.
18
I'm good with a
meters
nerf for
from 24
colorophobia. I've been dealing with colorophobia a lot recently. It's been a pain in the
colorophobia?
Be
ass.
affected by that one. I'm sorry.
Colorophobia.
Colorophobia.
Yeah, I couldn't say it either. That's going to heal 30% slower. It's currently 50% slower. on
Thank you.
live.
Okay, that's actually
And
so good.
Thrill of the hunt.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
gonna
I knew
be
it. I knew it.
each Stack is going to be 10%.
Okay.
So I think that was down from 12.
From 12.
From 12.
12.
This
Okay.
is a
I knew
temporary one.
Thrill was
Yeah.
gonna get
Yeah.
nerfed.
We're going to have bigger changes for this in the next mid chapter, but this goes back to what Matthew
Thank
was
you,
saying
Jason,
by
for getting
identifying
Thrill
an emerging
nerfed.
need. We're noticing this a lot on live right now and how
Yeah,
problematic
it
this is
needed to
becoming.
be. So many
So
killers
to get ahead of
use
it,
a
we're
full
going to
hex
reduce
spell.
reduce the
That's
numbers
why I try
just for
not to
this
do
patch,
it on Jason
and
or
then it's
Spring
going to
Trap or
get
stuff.
a bigger change in the mid chapter.
This is another good example of
It's such a pain to
we
like go
know it
against.
may or may not have more interactions with the killer being released, so we want to get
Jason,
ahead
yeah.
of needing to affect the killer when it's really just a global problem.
It's not
that
a
we
huge
should be
nerf. It's
improving
2%.
sooner rather than
Agreed.
later.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody probably is already saying Hens' fault.
So, survivor debuffs.
All right, let's see.
There's
We're
3.
We're gonna get a Wigliv
I think
nerf.
most players are going to be excited. I'm going to say it
There's
before I
3.
show it.
Okay.
Small numerical changes. Don't expect a lot, but that just because we're doing it now doesn't mean we're not going to further change them in the future. This is just getting them ready to see where
Most
we
will
need to
be
take
excited.
them.
Yeah,
in
we'll
future
see.
releases.
So let's see.
Exactly.
Sprint burst.
Oh,
Deliverance, and
no, no,
So, sprint burst, 50% haste for 2 seconds.
No, my
instead of the 3
Deli.
seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Vigil is going to be from 66
To
to
44?
40%, isn't it? Down to
Ooh,
40.
Okay.
I think 40.
It's in flux.
It's in 40,
We're still
44%.
playtesting.
We'll fight over it and see who wins. And Dali, everybody knows on the team that I always play with Dali. So it's like I've been
that's why we
teased
nerfed
about
it.
this one. That's exactly it. I'm never telling them my picks
I
again.
just started using Deli.
Your Boken now twice as long, so 120 seconds. with
Oh my
deliverance.
god.
Now, that's for this release.
Yeah.
We're going to have had 2 chapter releases in a row.
Yeah.
We skipped an entire mid chapter. That means the changes we planned for diminishing returns got delayed.
Oh.
But those resources were kept. the
What did
general
they say for
resources we
Vigil
had
again?
for the live team. We still
The-
did all the work on our
It was
side.
what,
There were other constraints for why
Um,
we couldn't do a mid-chapter release,
40 seconds or something?
but we can start teasing some future changes.
60 down to 40 or 44.
This is going to
okay.
be for the release
Fuck,
after
broke
this
it for
chapter.
120 seconds.
I'm not going to
That's
name
so
specific
long.
perks. I just want to give everyone an idea
I've
of the amount
just
of
been
change
starting
that's
to
coming.
use Delhi. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Here
So
we go.
next release, there's going to be no killer update.
Oh.
And I know we have a lot of killers that need updates.
Oh.
The original intention was to have phase 2 of Blight's rework here. And we had a design for it. It was more of a side grade than anything else based on his performance. Just really to change, you know, which add-ons are more or less popular, stuff like that, be a little bit more
That's a little
flexible in the
scary.
future. But we looked at the impact we expected that to have versus the delays for changes post diminishing returns. We didn't think it was going to be impactful enough. So we decided to put Blight aside for now and do more perks, 45
Yeah.
or more perks.
Oh,
We're still in
we
the
just talked about
process
this on
of
Tuesday, Cats.
getting the work done, seeing how long it takes, playing with our bandwidth. This number probably expected to grow by a little bit more already, but that's a lot. It's a lot coming all at once.
And that's more than just number changes, isn't it?
That's right. A
Yeah.
lot of these are reworks. It's about even between Killer and Survivor. It's split between
Yeah.
general perk updates and diminishing returns. Obviously, I
Okay.
just said it a bunch of times. We're late with bigger changes for diminishing
Oh,
returns.
dear.
This will not be the last
gonna shake
diminishing
up the game
returns based
again.
update. We might not always say it's a diminishing
Yeah.
returns focused update, but now diminishing returns is a permanent part of what we take into consideration.
I'm really
when we're
curious
doing
which
these
ones
balance
are going to be
changes.
changed.
The general perk updates is simply a lot of the general perks that are unlocked for new players don't see use, and they don't see use for good reason. They haven't been updated in
Yeah.
a long time, a lot of them.
Yep, agreed.
They were made for a game that was completely different, 10 years
Yep.
ago, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
It's
Yeah, that's basically what he's
DBD has
saying. Like, they
evolved,
suck.
the players and how they like
So
to
they're
play have
going to try
evolved.
not to have them suck.
We want to help new players get up to speed and feel the game as it should be sooner. So, general perks, no debuffs. The perks being touched are all getting side graded or better. Some are being reworked from the ground up, so they'll be completely different and more in tune with the current reality of the game. And they'll be modernized for the current state. For the diminishing return changes, about 2/3 of them are buffs. So there are some perks that don't interact with diminishing returns at all because of the nature of their design. They're being overused right now, or they're feeling egregious to players on either side. Those are being taken down, but far and wide, the
Okay.
majority of changes we're making are buffs. Sorry, it's not. There we go. Debuffs are mostly effectives, effects that interact less with diminishing returns. And that's it. That's all that's on the horizon for live balance for now. No? No, is it something
we
else?
kind of want to mention
Why is there
something about
dog-
the unhook
why is there
protections.
the dog? Oh.
Yes. So we're making a change to unhook protections at the end of match, or just in general, and
In
then
general.
especially for the end of match.
Especially for the end of the match, yeah. So what we're basically doing right now, you get the haste, endurance,
Yeah.
off the hook. It's 15 seconds. We're knocking that back down to 10 seconds.
Thank you.
But you will also
Thank
have
you.
elusive off the hook. That will allow players to be able to get away from the hook, to be able to avoid that area of tunneling. But it means that you won't be able to weaponize.
Oh
So
my God!
We're going
Thank
to try
you.
it with that to see how that impacts. The elusive,
the
though, is
15
not going to be active in
seconds borrowed
endgame.
time.
That's right. But the 10 seconds.
The 10
Elusive
seconds
is
fucking
Yeah,
garbage.
10
Who
seconds haste and
cares?
endurance is going to be there in endgame, but no elusive.
But no elusive. That means, like Mandy said, less weaponizing, especially in endgame.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to go in for those last minute rescues. You want to make the altruistic play.
Yeah,
but it's not
like
going to be as
basically,
easy or
like
as
you're
free as
you're
it
fucked.
is currently.
Like as a
In
killer to
15
getting the
seconds, we
unhook.
identified how far a survivor could get with the haste and the endurance to the 15 seconds, and it was quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit much.
Yeah. And then I think, well, nah. Go on, you can say it.
Say what?
MMR.
Finally,
We've got
yes,
that coming up. for
yes,
release.
That's
yes.
another
Come
thing that's
on.
in the works.
Yeah.
I can't speak a lot about it, but MMR and how it's calculated is not going to be purely based on kills anymore.
Yes.
So this is a big change.
Thank you.
There's a lot going into it. We already have parts of it in the game, not affecting
No,
players in
doesn't
any
affect
way,
players. No,
but just so
Thank
we can
you.
collect data and see the
Can't wait
impact
to
it's
tell my
gonna
best
have
friend
when we push
this.
it live.
He's gonna
it's
be
just on our back,
so happy.
back-end systems,
Yeah.
but
More
we
on-
should have more before the release on
That's
that.
right. More
Yeah.
before the release in PTB. I don't think we use MMR at all.
No, we don't use
So-
that in PTB. So it's going to be for the live release. So you can expect to hear more from in New York in the August
That's right.
live stream.
Okay.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you, Matt. Not going to talk about MMR either, so yeah, all safe.
Well, you can if you want.
Well, okay, let's start. So, let me tell you everything.
Okay.
No,
I'm excited to hear
um,
more.
So yeah, we're transitioning into a single thing from UX. That we
Yeah, but there's no
very stoked
fucking
about it, very
like
happy
way to
about
change
it.
the keybind
And I
for
must
this.
stress out that a lot of times, well, with the UX team, we have been able to accomplish this or that, but I must stress that in this case, wasn't only the UX team, the cooperation between all
Skills
areas
equals
of
skills
DD
matting.
was
Yeah.
amazing.
So much so that we
Including,
had
work here from
the
Papi Matt.
Oh God, two
so-
pappies. I can't cope.
Boomer trying to
I'm not going
cling
to
to
call
his
myself
fame
Papi.
dowsy.
Do it to someone else.
Okay,
Have a
I'll call
whole
you Pappy.
spits about it.
So
Oh,
the information of the killer in a
Lost
key
audio there.
actions, manner on the match details. So you
Yeah.
could check what the killer power was all about while playing, and we saw that it was
Yeah, Patrick
used by a lot
Kumbhakar.
of people. To a situation
Why do
where
we keep losing audio?
it was your first time.
Is it just me or is it
So
like just the stream itself?
That's what we wanted, and we wanted to keep helping people to learn and remember, even during a match. However, that was only for something else. We couldn't communicate at that moment.
Bro.
Has been that someone,
Oh
for
my
instance,
god.
me, wants to learn about killer power, being killer main. It's super interesting always for me to be trying different stuff.
I swear to
And what we
God,
have
dude.
is something that it worked, but as we evolved, we start seeing that we needed to improve the way we communicate stuff. So we have that tooltip, and after reading a couple of
Batteries
paragraphs,
on the
some people
battery
like
pack.
me
I bet
would
they
end
change
up
batteries in like the
having
pack, maybe.
a very hard time to understand favorite. So
I'm gonna fucking
we
crash
don't want to
out.
keep just telling you what the killer power is about. We're not going as strong to say that I just missed one text there, but it doesn't matter. We need to provide. So we are going to tell and show. So let's roll.
It's not a
there it
behavior
is.
stream
Of course, I
without
had all this prepared.
You had
So
it.
yeah,
Without,
also
um,
comedic
yes.
approach, you know?
issues,
Yeah.
you
I
know?
love to put on a show. So now let's go. So we are having this new section for each single
What
killer
the
from
fuck?
now and for any future
Can I
killer,
access this with
where
a
we are
keybind now?
detailing on
I
separate
don't have an
little
F-Pro.
key aspects what the power is all about. We want to present things in a way that's easier and more enjoyable for you to learn about the killer from a killer perspective and from a survivor perspective. And the start of the show is not
Oh my fucking god.
there for you to think how to use.
I mean, it's
what is
beginner
there,
friendly
but
if
the
you can
video.
access it.
So as you can see
Again,
on
like,
the pic
can you
here, they
add
have
the
shown
ability to
things that
change the
the
keybind
pic
to
can
access
do, but
this
also
menu?
what survivors
'Cause,
could do
again, I don't
to
have an
remove the
F-Pro key. I know other
but
players
this
that
is also
have a similar
accessible
keyboard to me that don't
from
have an
any
F-Pro.
lobby. That means that if you're a survivor,
Okay. At least you
don't
can see
need
in the
to leave
lobby.
your lobby while matchmaking or not.
I swear to God, dude.
You can jump directly while you're on the lobby to keep learning about.
I don't have an
killers.
F-Pro.
And you
Yeah,
can
see? Dude.
the extended information that we added to the game a couple of streams ago, a couple of updates ago, where you can learn and remember.
Is nobody on production gonna tell
what
him?
some keywords were. In this case, we're displaying there, for instance, Hinder and Killer Instinct. So another thing that we need to share with you is that killers, yes, have the access there, but also they can access this section directly clicking on the
Interesting.
killer power. And for the people that are observant, maybe you already noticed that the tooltip now is not this strong, long descriptive list, but it's surfacing the same information.
That's
that we
gonna
are putting
screw up
out
how
there on the map symbol.
Zetor does
So
his
what we
shit.
want to accomplish is for you to be able to, on a first glance, understand, let's say, this,
Oh my fucking god.
to say, okay, this is a power, kind of like, what is it about? But if you want more information,
Also, why are we
click
on the
that or click
Nostromo
on the
background for this?
official, let's say official, access. Those words.
Jesus fucking Christ.
See all there is about and to understand the conditions, to understand the triggers. and also
Yeah,
how-
it's.
how
I
to
don't think
counteract
it's
it.
not in game only. You can
So
see in the lobby.
we
I can't
hope
tell if it's in game or
this is
not
going
because
to
this
be
fucker's mic
not
keeps
only
breaking.
a place to learn, not only something to share with your friends and new players, but also an enjoyable tool for content creators, for expert players, for anyone that want to just embrace what a
Oh my fucking gods.
Yeah, that's great. And it's good for our content creators when they've got a lot of people, new people in their chat, trying to explain what each killer is, especially if you're playing Survivor and you don't play killer, because we do have a lot of players that play one side and not the other. So it's kind of good that they can actually have that visibility and then have that understanding, especially when it's a new killer and you haven't had, and you know, for example, you know what it's like when you play a new killer. You see the killer all the time
I
in the
got
lobby.
like half
that
of
killer
that
is the
'cause
most
I
played.
can't
It's
understand.
natural. So it's kind of good.
Yeah,
that
apparently
as a
all the
survivor, then
the
you can open
comments
up
on the
in
Twitch stream as
lobby
well
and
is
say,
fix the
okay, I
mic.
know we're going to have a lot of X killer. So let me have a look what the power is and practice for next match when you've been steamrolled and it's in another match. Yes, that's happened to me a lot recently.
You're totally right. And what is funny, and people can judge me about this, but I have
Somebody probably stream said, "Yeah, Mandy, give your mic to him next time." Dear God, it's like, yeah, why didn't Mandy just give her mic to him?
on this, suddenly just checking the description and doing stuff.
You know what's funny? I was gonna say I can barely
But
hear
based
him.
on
I
that,
can't hear him at all
it's like-
anymore.
Even when I have been playing
Yeah.
so long, I didn't know there were.
But this is a
features like
set.
Blood
There
or
should be
anything
production
like
behind that camera. There's somebody working the cameras, working the
hope this
mics.
is a moment of
They should be
realization
able
also for a lot
to
of
have
people,
a
and
feed of the stream.
just
Hell,
know
they
that
should be able to see
how
the
we should
levels of the
go,
microphone.
forward, because as
So they should
anything,
know.
as everything we have done, we want to keep improving and making the game more
swear to
enjoyable
God, dude.
and more interesting for all of you.
Like I wish there was a
This
place
is why we say you should play
to
both
put in
sides.
feedback for these streams.
Would we be able to provide more context on the decision to debuff coulrophobia?
So sure, we understand that they're not the most common perks, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
then we look at data to kind of lead us and try to have the perks problematic in and of themselves. They're problematic when paired with other certain things.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into it to a great deal. Higher MMR
Yeah,
brackets.
it has to be transmitter.
We're
It-
seeing certain builds.
It's funny because Mandy's is
that
fine.
are a
There's
little
nothing.
bit
There's
more
no issues with
egregious.
Mandy's. It's
Certain
them.
play styles.
Certain play styles that are, a little.
Can I be blunt? Can I be blunt?
Well, you can.
I can be blunt. Basically, coulrophobia because of the egregious slugging builds, and it's being used a lot in that. We're recognizing that as a very unfun play style and something that
cats.
isn't a plan. For
Very
what
true.
We want for
Mandy.
plays.
Yeah.
The slugging has been
Yeah.
very prevalent.
Nowhere to hide. I hinted at it. There's some interactions already. We know that.
A lot of people have been hating Mandy
we
the
have
last
similar
month that I've seen on social
expectations
media.
with the new killer who's
Yeah.
coming up.
I mean,
later
Mandy's
in
one of the few devs that actually plays the game, so you notice when they have bad news, I
Starting
always make her
to
post
pair
it.
together a little
Yeah.
bit
Oh God.
unhealthy.
I hope I'm using in a healthy.
Hey, can we
You're
call
nowhere to hide, nurse, aren't
Can
you?
we call the For Honor team and ask how
Okay.
they set up
Well,
their live streams?
Both,
Because I
thank you
swear to
both
fucking
very,
God.
very much. As ever, you'll have these changes in the PTB. Please test them
Well, do
and
you
let
think
us
it's
know.
her choice
We
to
are
reject
there for
people?
the feedback.
I agree. Oh, great. Mandy's is
Not
also dying.
And MMR.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Going
you,
to
everyone.
hand over to the Grimoire section now. So
Hey, can the
thanks all.
Grimoire people just do that entire section again and actually talk? Because I would have loved to have hear what they were saying specifics for these perks. Holy fuck, dude. Also, this is I don't know if you saw the tweet that someone made with Otz from his stream, but he said, like, things I don't care about. Grimoire update number 7,903. And that caused a lot of divisiveness, like that picture that they showed. Because of the list that Otz had on what he doesn't give a fuck about and then what he wants to have talked about on the stream. Ah, Jesus Christ. It was definitely those microphones, because if you notice throughout in the first segment, only Eric had the actual mic, and then Andre, I think that was his name, and Dork had the lavalier mics. Yeah, man, he gets mad hate, but I will always shout her out because she has been with the game forever. She rolls with the punches, and she's never been anything but kind to me. And move away from pack mics. I've said this multiple times to Polly and to other people. They need to get shotgun mics or boom mics, like above, out of camera, what actual like sets have, you know? But anyway, I have no disdain towards Mandy. As a creator in the creator program, she's in the Discord. She's one of the behavior employees that is in this. So makes it been somewhat bad, but who cares? She came up with those because, like you pointed out, she plays the game. Yeah, I mean, there's so many players that have stupid like takes, and I mean, you see it all the time on social media when people are playing and someone's like, "Oh my god, it's OP." Oh my god, when it's like, I mean, hell, I literally was playing Killer off stream yesterday. And it was a full endgame build, and their response to me in the chat was censored, dork, on God, what are those perks, get a life, LMAO. And I put GG, and then the TTV said nah. I still wanted to see the TTV's VOD, but he had VODs off. There are a lot of misinformed takes, and Mandy used to be the only one on DVD.
Hi
everyone, trying to
everyone,
keep
Omnia
things chill.
here.
Yeah.
We're here to talk
Okay,
about
they got a
Grimoire
lavalier
today,
mic,
and it's very exciting.
so we should be
because
fine.
We're not just here to talk about the Grimoire as, you know, the whole process we've had this past year of making a chapter with you. We're here to talk about the Grimoire as our upcoming chapter. The next chapter you're going to get to experience in the game now, the Curse of Sin. It's a big transition. We have a lot to show you today, a lot of exciting things. But first, we want to start by thanking you. You know, you've been with us for over a year now, building this chapter. You've been with us, you know, one vote at a time, helping us, you know, create the Judgment, create Aurora, bring two new characters to life. And I think it's fair to say that there wouldn't be a Judgment without you. There wouldn't be Aurora without you. We wouldn't have the Hopeless Exile. These are things that you made possible and that we're bringing to life in the Fog. So very, very exciting. A couple of things to note. You'll get to test the new content very, very soon. The PTB is coming early August, so you'll get to try all of that. Everything we've worked on for a year with
hopefully
you.
I have some news to share for that.
But on top of that, we'll start rolling out some content as early as next week. So stay tuned. a lot of things to show you, and maybe you'll even get an early look at the content of the chapter. So very, very exciting things. But we'll start with a bit of an update on the progress we've made so far, because the last update was part of our blog post. You know, we had a stream before that. We've really wanted to show you all the work we've had behind the scenes. And today we get to do that, not only as, you know, all the work we've put into the Grimoire, but you're going to get pretty much an early look at the chapter. You know, you get an early look at all the content we've worked on and all the content that you made possible. So we're gonna start, and we're gonna start with a very familiar face that you've seen on our stream for the Grimoire. We're gonna start with Jeff, our senior game designer, to talk about gameplay.
Oh no.
This is a new mic, by the way, so I'm not really sure like how close.
We'll get used to it. We'll get used to it. It's part of it.
I have to move like this with the
Yes.
mic. Yeah.
You got to be very careful with the mic.
I thought we escaped it.
But we'll figure it out, and we're going to start with some gameplay.
Which
updates,
one?
And then we'll pass it off
Because
to
he's been on the
Daniel,
streams a while.
our,
Are you
technical,
talking about him?
senior
Because
technical
I don't think
designer,
he's been on
to
streams
talk
at
a bit
all.
about add-ons. Very exciting things.
Bald?
So Jeff, please
Yeah, he's
take
been.
it away.
Jeff's been
Well,
on
first
the
of all,
stream
I want to
quite
say
a bit.
again,
The Grimoire.
as Amia said, thank you so much for being with us throughout this whole very exciting ride, and I'm super happy because today you'll get to meet a lot of different people, including Daniel.
Which
he'll be
one
talking
of
about
these in
the
years?
add-ons,
Oh, that's
but I
fair.
just want to say hello first because
I
it's
kind
your
of
first
have
time.
to watch this, so
Super nervous, but
watching because of Patrick. Why?
We're
Because
so
of
happy to have
Patrick.
you.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's
when you
cool.
remind
The more
myself of
people, the better,
Patrick
right?
is
Like, there's so many people
DVD.
that work on this with us, and it's so important that everyone gets to see like how many talented colleagues we have.
Yeah, and a little teaser, you'll
Patrick
get to meet
Spencer.
a lot
Oh,
of
I
new people today.
remember.
We have
I
a
remember
full.
Patrick, yeah.
You're gonna have a full couch.
Yes.
You know, you're gonna get to meet a lot of new people, so it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of different facets, so stick around. Okay, so gameplay update. That's my.
The hides.
They're very cool, by the way. So, again,
thank you.
Stick around. So for the judgment, so the killer. During around this time, it's really about fine tuning the balance. You know, all the speed curves that we have, and
I'm gonna fucking
you know
scream.
how long the pillar lasts. Sorry, I'm hearing a lot of production.
Have Daniel's mic.
Oh, let's switch mics.
Hey, they told him. Yay. Oh, but still no audio. It's not working. Woo.
Backtracking.
Oh, hold on.
This is Dan. Dan worked on the add-ons. Very cool guy, and he's going to tell you more about himself afterwards. But for now, let's focus on the gameplay for the judgment. So at this stage, we've been focusing on fine-tuning the balance, notably, you know, the speed curves when you're using your power, when you come out of it, the cooldowns, and
Like
all
someone's
these
just
things.
trying not to get fired, you know.
Also, we've had a lot of playtesting because that's very important. And one of the things that we found is that the survivors felt the killer was able to, what we called internally, perform the insta-fling. And what that means is essentially you would charge up your Ray of Retribution, and the moment it was on a survivor, you would just cast it, and that would instantly injure them. And that had the result of people not really having a lot of fun. So, yeah, what we ended up looking at for that is adding a small delay before it actually becomes lethal. And to further encourage the judgment players to lean into this whole controlling phase that we have for the Ray of Retribution, we made it so that the longer that you control it, the shorter that delay gets. And right now we also have the, because once you cast it, it has a certain lifetime.
Maybe.
And if you control it for long enough, that lifetime will actually be longer than if you just insta-cast it. So far, the results of that have been really, really positive. I think we've been having a lot of fun with it. Of course, we have some really funky add-ons that we tested as well, but, you know, more on that after.
Yes, very soon, very soon. But I think it's so good because you get to see too. It's not something we show a lot for regular chapters, but you get to see the amount of fine-tuning that really is involved in, you know, building a chapter.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have a whole list of changes I could share. You know, if you guys want to put it there, like people could see everything I've done, because that list is long as anyway. And yeah, the Hopeless Exile. Obviously, internally we have a lot of different skill levels. We have veteran players, we have more newer players, we have average players, and they're all very important to fine tuning, right? Because one player's experience does not invalidate another's. And so for the Hopeless Exile, one of the main feedback that kept on coming back is that survivors felt the hazards were too frequent.
Is he wearing a
where
ring?
They felt like even if they were dodging,
we'll have to wait until
it was pointless because they would just get
the camera
hit.
gets bigger
And
again.
I have a video in the next slide that I'll show, but you'll have a comparison between the prototype and what it is now. And I think even the video, it's not even the latest numbers because the video is, was recorded a couple days ago. But basically in the prototype, you see the hazards are like actually really, really aggressive.
Do you think this chapter is gonna
much less aggressive, and there's also a lot more rules to them.
release
because in the
without
prototype, we just kind of like
that
slap
much
them
of a hit?
together to make it work, which is what we do in prototypes. But yeah, anyway,
A
I'm gonna
hit,
stop
not
yapping.
hit. I mean,
Let's look at videos. So, on the left side, you
Ooh.
have the prototype version, which you may have remembered.
the right, we've actually
seeing
got the
in past.
weapon and the
And on the right side
the killer
is from, like I
texturing.
said, a couple days ago. And you can see I'm trying to like recreate.
still
the
not a
same
fan of that
kind
weapon.
movement so that you
It's
can
not
see
what
that
I
it's
voted for, so.
Functionally the same. And it's just yeah, it's been
thing's
super
gonna
popular.
flop. Yeah, I
internally.
think
People
we'll
are having
see a
lot of
lot
fun
day
with
one,
it.
then it'll fall off. No, I meant
And
like
here,
technical
this is a
issues.
comparison for the
I don't
Exile.
give a fuck about
So if
flopping
you
or not.
haven't seen the Exile in action, well, here it is. So you can see the crystals that you collect with the artifact. You can see the hazards as well that are plummeting the ground and trying to make you die faster.
This looks really
and then
crazy.
If you compare it to the prototype, the
Also, yes.
frequency of them and how precise they are is much more different. So I'm just gonna go.
I'm liking the
back
look of
again.
it.
I'm gonna try clicker. Okay, and then I'm gonna play it again just so that in case you missed it, because I didn't set it to loop because I'm too old. I don't know how that works. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
This is also something I don't want them to do. I don't want them to have a
the
clicker.
tweaking, the fine tuning. We were
Like,
looking
then
at the
we need
Hopeless
somebody in
Exile,
production to be manually
and I think one of the things that's really
doing
good to
this,
see is that you
not a
want
clicker.
I think with the Hopeless Exile, you want
I think
to
that's more to do with the underlying issue of the coding of the game.
survivors
Yeah,
just
I mean,
having
the
fun in
devs
there.
are very
They still
adamant
want
on
the
having a
gameplay
Dead by
to be
Daylight
fun.
2, and I
Yes,
respect
yes,
that,
exactly. I think
and
that's
I'm
the-
happy
the
they
nuance
don't
to
want
have
to
is
do
that
that. That also
while it is
leaves
meant to be a
the
risky environment that
issue
you don't
of
want
the
to stick
coding.
around in. You also don't want it to be unplayable for players who may not have the same experience level as more veteran players. And I think we've reached a pretty good middle.
I like
ground
the
between two.
Exile. The Exile looks sick.
But anyway, that's where we're at. And as I said, playtesting is continuing. Actually, we have one scheduled later today to test some later changes that I'm not going to tell you about. But yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah, exactly.
Surprise.
Yeah, I can't spoil everything.
No,
you know?
not
Like,
everything.
you've got to figure it out and experience things for yourself when it's
Yeah.
going to be available.
No, he
That's-
does not
that's
have a
great
ring.
Part of like PTBs, right?
That's
Like
it.
Seeing things and playing it for
And
the first
trying and testing
Yeah.
and giving us your feedback as well and how you like it. So we're
Exactly.
gonna keep it for the PTB.
time. All right. Well, now it's your time to shine, Dan.
Okay.
Oh wait, you need the clicker.
Oh, yeah,
Here,
sure.
clicker.
He needs the better mic too.
Picked up by the mic. If not, maybe we'll change.
Well, yeah,
But
we'll figure it out.
looks like it's good. All right.
You know, off chance you see this bald man, I'm
it's the
into
first time
you.
I'm on the stream like this, so super nervous but excited.
Hit
So a
me
little bit
up.
about me is
How do you
that
know he
I-
likes women?
Oh, I'm getting a different mic.
Production is here to help.
Yes.
Thank you, production.
Oh, yes, a
We're so
lavalier,
happy
an
to have
actually
you,
working
Daniel.
mic.
I know, like I mentioned today, we're getting to see a lot of new faces.
I used
and
to do
think
drag.
One of the great things about the Grimoire is that we get to show the work we do behind the scenes.
I can
and all
change.
the faces that work.
I don't
on
think
that
I've
content.
ever.
And it's not an opportunity we
I
get
guess I
very
have
often,
seen women
to do that.
dressed
so,
as men.
the Grimoire is really exciting for that. And Daniel, so happy to have you. Please tell us more about
Nope.
the add-ons.
Oh, nope. We're gonna
Yeah,
dismiss
so am
that.
being picked up now. Perfect.
Ah,
All
fuck.
right.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Well,
a
now it
little bit
says
about
nocturnal
me
users.
is
I
that
did
I've
not
worked since the
do
start
the
with
ads, so
Dev
it's fine.
on,
But I mean, I'm sure this is a
the
section most people don't
prototype.
care
So I've done
about.
a lot of the programming of the killer actually, and for the past few months I've been designing the add-ons. So that's also been really fun, and I'm very excited to be talking to you guys about it now. So let's see if we have the slide. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the process that goes on for add-ons. A little bit about how we've managed it for the Judgment chapter, and then we're going to have a sneak peek at a few of the add-ons themselves. So in general, when we do add-ons, is that the initial paper designs come shortly after the prototype is done. We're always thinking about add-ons as we go through play tests in that prototype phase, but of course the main base kit is what matters most. But a lot of great add-ons come from those early play tests. Hey, what if the power does this? That would make a great add-on.
That's true.
And yeah, so then the implementation of them happens only after we get the main killer power done. So the play testing of it comes a little bit delayed. We focus on the main power, so we're always like a little bit behind on the add-ons. The next phase is doing a big narrative pass, so this is a fun challenge because we have so many terms in the add-ons that really refer to very specific, well, I guess developer terms. So when we fling the pillar, or, well, it becomes cast. And when survivors gain sin, we had to replace a lot of sin with heresy. That's the new name. And where we are right now is that we're wrapping up the balancing of it. Well, we still have a couple of playtests in before it gets in. But yeah, we've done a ton of internal and external playtests. We've passed the paper design among everyone. And yeah, that's the general process.
And like I said, there's some really funky ones. Just, again, stick around. Stick around. Don't leave yet.
Yeah, we've gone a little wild, but we'll see how it works for PTB. So for this chapter, we're focusing on Divine Light as what add-ons affect, as well as expanding on Heresy, because...
Sorry, just what is Divine Light?
All right, so Divine Light is, well, we refer to it as the pillar. So as you charge up Divine Light, you control it, and then you cast it. It starts to go in a straight line and damaging those heretics.
So for those of you who have been following the Grimoire for a long time, this is the Ray of Retribution. Its official name is Divine Light. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify.
Oh, for sure. So I'm going to go back and forth.
I wonder why they
because
you think he runs his legs are strong.
So,
Stop
yeah, one of the
thirsting.
objectives was also to expand on Heresy. Which
Focus
was
on the actual Dead by
before.
Daylight stuff.
And while you won't really see anything that affects Exile itself, so the hazards, the beams that survivors encounter in Exile, we're not affecting those. But we do have things that are going to affect when you exile and when survivors are rescued from there.
So why is he holding it? You don't need to hold it. Just clip it to your fucking shirt. Clip it to your crew neck underneath.
We add-ons always apply status effects. They're convenient for us to use, and it's already a known language with players. But yeah, we're going to try to focus on things that really change the power. And of course, wanted to experiment with synergies between the add-ons. I had to.
You know what? I love it. I live for puns. Mandy would be very disappointed, but I live for puns, so I love this.
I didn't even click until he actually said it, and now I'm just like, what the? Oh, okay, good job.
I might be
That was
driven
really
off
good.
stage. We'll see.
You're gonna be driven off stage because
So
of these
let's
mic
take
issues.
a quick peek at some of the add-ons. We've got 7 of them to show, and keep in mind that some of these may change in numbers, maybe in behavior, but, well, we're waiting on you to test it out in PTB and give us that feedback. So, first, whenever a survivor blinds you, if they're a heretic, they become blinded themselves. And then
Okay,
they
so
get
Hex
heresy.
2 can play.
So what this means is if those pesky survivors are blinding you, they're going to gain heresy. But if they have the audacity to do it again, they're going to become blinded themselves.
That's great. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so is anyone a fan of bowling?
Yeah, actually, I would go bowling with my dad quite a lot. So yeah, I like bowling.
Well, that's great, because this one's going to be right up
Okay.
your alley. Because when you are zealous,
So
you have a bit of
literally,
a
the
trade-off.
Thank you, production.
survivors, an add-on for,
Yeah, so
for
this is
the
the bowling
killer
add-on,
is
huh?
just a perk from Chucky.
So when you become zealous, and this is the empowered state with a new name for it. So while you're zealous, you trade off half of that time, that duration, but you get the upside is that the Divine Light now breaks all breakable walls and dropped pallets it passes through. And I want to specify, it breaks all of those objects.
Oh.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing your clips of how many things you could break. And here's a challenge, try to get a strike.
I can't wait to see that. Please.
I probably won't
if
use
you
that
do,
add-on.
Post that on socials. We want to see it.
Yeah. So the next one is whenever a survivor gains heresy, then for the next 4 seconds, their aura is revealed to you. But in turn, your aura is revealed to them.
I'm not gonna really
So
look for. I'm not really gonna use
be a
that
little bit
one.
of finger pointing whenever this activates.
So far,
But
these
keep in mind,
add-ons
this is whenever
aren't
you're gaining
amazing
heresy.
to me.
So with that first add-on that inflicts heresy, well, this is also going to be something that could synergize with it, and that's going to be a theme with some of these. then the fourth one. So for those who like to have some
liberates.
shenanigans in a match, this one is for you. So whenever a survivor liberates another survivor from exile, so this is when
So
somebody
this could be
rescues them
good,
from the
but it
exile
depends on how
then
loud
for
the
next
killer
20
is.
seconds, their terror
Like, in
radius,
general.
So your terror radius is reduced by 75%. Then your terror radius is copied to every single
There's
shrine
no
of
visible.
judgment.
Well, the killer's fucking massive. The killer has
And gain
gigantic wings
undetectable.
and shit, and it's on 4 legs.
So this terror radius, there's going to be your terror radius, a mini one, on
So far,
each
I
of
think
these shrines
these
whenever somebody is
add-ons are
saved.
ass.
And that, for the sake of perks, they all work. So I look forward to seeing what kind of builds you come up with.
And to, there are 7 shrines, so that's a lot of terror radii.
Yep.
At the same time.
Very, very scary. Very oppressive. You're never going to feel safe. Yeah.
So I think this next one's going to really
You
take off.
bitch.
So while zealous, you increase the max lifetime of Cast Divine Light by
God
200%.
damn it.
That effectively triples its lifetime. Though
Son of a
it
bitch,
comes at
Nat.
a cost because this is quite
No, I got a
quite
gift
crazy.
on Steam.
It decreases the radius of Divine Light by 50%, so it's half the size. And the range that survivors could observe Divine Light's aura is extended by 200%. So survivors will see that rocket ship you send, and
can't.
well,
I
you-
can't.
God damn it.
You didn't
A
warn me
game
about
I've
all
been
these.
like looking forward to came out today called Dino Blade, so they
Doing
gifted
great.
it to
You're
me.
doing great.
All right. So if that one doesn't leave you coming back for more,
What was
this
this?
one will come back to you because while zealous, so there's going to be a little bit of a minimum delay before it starts to have its hitbox active.
Okay,
but
this one-
it will
this
increase
one
the max
seems-
speed of control
seems
divine
nice.
light by 100%. It will increase the maximum speed of cast divine light by 50%, and it will always be directed towards you. So while
Okay.
you are in that empowered zealous state,
I like the
it's
the
gonna
right
have a
one.
boomerang effect where it very
I
quickly
think that's
comes
pretty
back
fun.
to you. So I'm hoping that you'll find that this one catches survivors off guard.
Yeah, no, my friend gifted me Dino Blade.
And then finally, the last
game
add-on that we're gonna
I
be teasing
did
is that
the-
Cast Divine Light
the beta
now
for.
reflects off of the first 2 obstructions it would otherwise pass through. And when reflecting, it pauses for half a second.
Oh,
before,
so basically Cyclops from Marvel Rivals.
shooting off again.
So this one
So
is a boomerang. So
this
you
one is
throw it
a
out,
little bit
and it's gonna
inspired
come
by
back to
one
you.
of our earlier iterations in Prototype, where we try to make it bounce off objects.
Yeah, that
It'll
was very, very
go
early,
100%
actually. It was,
faster,
like,
but it's got a
before-
lethal.
for those of you
It's got
who-
like a delay
who
to
have been
it.
around for a long time. It was before we had the pillar, right? We had like the
Mm-hmm.
beam of light that went forward, and I think
So this
Well,
one's
maybe-
boomerang, as you can tell, and
had
then
a-
this one it'll reflect
Anyway,
like Cyclops.
I'm gonna stop talking. But yeah, very early on we
These
tested
two seem
that,
fun.
and we
I like
moved away from
these.
it because of I think it was the inconsistency of the
Yeah.
collisions, right?
So some disclaimers when running this add-on.
Yeah, my
Well,
friend gave
our
me Dino Blade.
collisions
It's like a
aren't
dinosaur
super great
Dark
in the game,
Souls.
but so this one, expect things to come off at really bizarre angles once in a while. So
That was
this
just
is not the
funny. I
most
was
consistent
unexpected.
add-on,
Because I got an
but it is
email
certainly the most
that it
chaotic
was
one.
it was
Yes,
out now,
so
and I
for
sent it
those who
to
just want
him
chaos
because
in
I
a
was like,
match,
ooh,
bring this. But
like it's something I've been looking
probably
forward
don't
to.
bring it if it's your first few times playing the killer. It's
That is a good
really
disclaimer,
changes how you
yeah.
play it, because normally it goes through collisions,
AKA,
but
don't
here
use it
it's gonna
for
prevent
Adept.
it going
What's the
through those
game
first
called? Dino
collisions.
Blade.
But I think this is
I'll
great
type
because
it
it
in
really
chat
gives
for
you,
you.
you know, opportunities to have fun with the power and with the killer. And like maybe at the beginning you get used to the power, you get used to the killer, and with time you get to try new
Yes,
strategies.
definitely don't use
So
it for
I think we
Adept.
have a lot for players.
You're gonna
to
get
work
fucked
with
if it's for
here.
Adept.
We also love chaos.
We do. We love chaos.
So, well, that's all the add-ons that I have to show. I'd like to reiterate that we need your playtesting in the PTB because there are 20 add-ons, and a lot of them synergize with each other, especially these 3.
We'll see
right
if I
so
can
test all the combinations, go wild, tell us what needs to change, and we're listening.
Thank you, Daniel. This is great. I love that we got to see the process of like also, you know, you explain a little bit how we make these. You know, what's the really the process of it. You know, the logic behind it. How narrative
Game looks
comes
silly.
into
It is
it.
very
and,
silly. It was
and
like a
seeing the
little
add-ons,
fun
I can
animation
definitely see
did
how they fit
like years
the
ago, and it
judgment
got so
really
much
well.
traction and hype,
can't
and
wait
people
for
saying
this.
we want it to be
Before
a
we
game.
move
They made it into a
along,
game.
Very early on, like the older killers, it used to be the killer designer that would do the add-ons, the perks, the killer power, the score events, the achievements, the loading tips, and the list goes on. And I, as a couple-time killer designer, I want to say that having someone else, another designer, use their brain to find add-ons, so great. And it speaks for itself. Like, these are really cool.
We get to have fun.
Like
we get
2
to
or
have
3 of
fun,
them were
we get
really
to,
cool.
Go wild. So.
Yeah, it's been a really fun
half of
process,
them were fucking
especially
lame.
working with you and bouncing off all these ideas. Bouncing, okay.
I could sense a pun coming there, but enough. We've had enough puns. Just warning anyone who's going to be coming on the couch afterward. No more room for puns. But thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Daniel, for joining me today.
We'll see
to
how
talk
hard the
about
depth is
the
going to
gameplay,
be
the
when
add-ons.
the judgment comes out.
You had said, Daniel, please try the PTB. Like I mentioned, early August. Let us know what you think. We want to know how you like these. We want to know more
You're a controller
about,
player. I
the
feel like you're
gameplay
gonna
and
end
all of
your
that,
life
because
with
that's
this
really important
killer.
to us. And I think with the Grimoire, we got to give you a little bit of a glimpse of how we work behind the scenes. But now that this is going to be player-facing, we're going to need to hear more about, how you feel about the gameplay and how does it feel when you actually get your hands on it. So please let us know. But yeah. Thank you. We're going to move on very shortly to talk about art. We have more visual to show. Yeah, very, very excited. So thank you, Jeff and Daniel.
Thank you. Stick around. Don't leave.
Yeah,
Cool
don't leave.
stuff
We have
coming.
more to show.
Yes.
We have more to show.
What about art? Are we going to talk about updates to skins and stuff? Like visual updates or what? Oh, he's got Jesus Christ. Wait, I need a spray bottle emote. I was listening, I was distracted. Of course you were. So, wait, is it still the Grimoire section? Okay, so we're gonna maybe see the actual designs of the killer and the survivor in practical use, maybe cosmetics for them. If there's a demo. Maybe. Oh no, for done. Yeah. That's what I did. I played the demo. See if it's something I enjoyed. It's fun. I like it. Pretty fun. And they're taking quite a bit of time. Day is it today? July 23rd? Okay, I gotta save this tweet. Dun, dun. Man, they really are taking a while with these.
We're back.
Whoa.
I'm still here.
There's a lot
but
of
I
people
have
I do
some
not
new faces
recognize
with
on
me.
here.
Today, I'm joined by Jay, our Associate Art Director. Thank you for joining us again. You're a familiar face on this stream. I'm also joined by Stephanie, our senior lighting artist, and by Maryse, our senior 3D artist. We're going to have a lot of very beautiful visuals to show you today, but we're going to start with something very exciting with you, Jay. Do you want to tell us a bit more?
Thank you for having me. So today I wanted to give a glimpse at our Course of Sin collection. So we can...
So yeah, skins.
We've talked
Right,
a lot
let's
about
see.
the killer itself, the gameplay around it, but we haven't talked so much about the actual cosmetic that comes with it. So I brought a little surprise to be able to show to the community, which is essentially our new banner for...
it's the nun outfit that we voted,
cosmetic
that people
arriving
didn't vote on.
shortly.
So beautiful.
Players probably already remember these ones because these two were our winners of the vote that we done on cosmetic. So both very rare.
Oh wait, yeah,
costumes
that's
that we
right.
will
Yeah,
have.
okay.
I'm
We
super
voted for the
happy by
base
how
skin
the
and then a
banner
cosmetic.
turned out essentially, and I didn't come just with
I
the
would not
banner.
be
I also
using the
would like
nun.
to show
No,
some
I would not be
progress
using
on
that.
the character themselves. So we have a look here at our 3D model for the very rare for Aurora. So
This was
again,
not the outfit I
keep in
voted
mind
for,
it's
so
the
I'm
same
good.
information we gave when we released the blog post
Yes.
previously, that these characters are still work in progress. At that stage, they are not rigged to a skeleton. So what we see here is really what we call a T-pose that showcase the character in a very
This is actually an
neutral
A pose,
because
not a
we
T
worked
pose.
quite hard to have the right material, have the right silhouette, have the right look of the character, the right feel,
That's
and
it.
all these elements. And afterward, we will rig that character to Aurora's actual skeleton, and we'll be able to bring her to life and give her facial expression and everything. So here we're
Yeah,
giving a glimpse of
I'm not
the
going to be
progression
using this
of how our
cosmetic.
model
This is
is
not the one I
advancing.
voted for.
We can see the concept on the
I voted
left
for the
that
more
was initially
alchemic
voted
one.
and how it will look essentially in the game.
So beautiful. But yeah, you got to polish all those little details because before you bring her to life. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, and by looking at them in a very neutral environment like this, it allows us to focus really.
So it's like one of the few
details
votes
and
that
how they
lost
come
on
up
my
and how
end.
they react to lighting
Yeah,
and
I
all
also
these
like the other
elements.
ones better.
I didn't bring only Aurora today. I also have another surprise to show.
The
which
killer
is
one I'm
our
fine with.
Judgment model. So this one was really
This also wasn't
something,
one I voted on
it-
for killer,
it has
but
a lot of detail. It was super fun to make. It was quite a challenge as well. We had a lot of technical challenges to overcome with that one to be able to fit into the budget and all these elements and make sure that it works in the game. So I'm very, very proud of how this one has turned out. And I really hope that the community will will
yeah,
enjoy
it's the
it,
add-on
have
to
fun
make
with it.
them
Because that's a very
stealth.
ambitious design. There's so
There
many
for
things
this
you need to
killer.
take into consideration when you build a visual like this
Unless
one.
this killer
and
fucking
it's
floats and can
absolutely
shrink.
beautiful. I cannot wait to be chased by the
For sure.
judgment in the
when,
fog.
when we knew that one was the winner, we really were, oh, damn, okay, they choose the complex one, right? So we will have to think about how we make all these little ornamentals detail and how we make them work for the game. So it was a super fun challenge.
And I think with the Grimoire too, a lot of the things we had to do was problem solving, right? Because we get these votes and then we have to kind of go backward and like, okay, how do we make this work? You know, how can we bring this to life in the fog? How do we make sure that this is going to be, the best it can be, so we can really meet the expectations of the players who voted for these designs? So there's a lot of work that goes into that.
Exactly. All right, so that covers our section about our cosmetic look. So we really wanted to pass a little moment to show that to the community. Now we will go into Hopeless Exile. So last time that I was here, I've showcased that concept at the previous time, and I explained a little bit the art direction around it of where we wanted to go. This idea that Hopeless Exile is really a realm where the survivor will face the divine sort of aspects, so the paradise-looking environment, but will also face the cosmic horror that we want to give to that space, so have that reaction of something really, really horrific mixed with something really, really pretty. So when we designed that first concept, it was really to drive the overall global mood of that space and really give the direction of where we wanted to go for that. Today, what I wanted to go is to go a little bit more in depth into how we actually made this concept into our actual environment element, because when we do environment, we usually start with a big concept like this that showcases the mood of the whole scenes, and then afterward we go into the details of the elements that we have. So here I'm showcasing two concepts that you've actually probably seen in Jeff's video before.
I like the
if you,
pendant design a lot. I
carefully.
think it looks really
we have
pretty.
the Searcher's Pendant on the left, and we have the Exile Soul on the right. So essentially, the Searcher's Pendant is the artifact that the survivor finds in Hopeless Exile the first time he gets there, that he picks up, and he uses that artifact to essentially
The
absorb
Exile Souls are
all these
terrifying.
Exile souls that are floating there. So when we do environment like this, we have multiple concepts of all the little elements that we design in order to be able to make them arrive in 3D.
Oh, I'll have to make a
And
thread of
that's
what I was
where,
talking about earlier
essentially
for the tweet he
Maryse
did.
and,
Or
Stephanie
the tweet that
comes in.
somebody did
They
from.
essentially take over all these concepts and build the environment itself. So Maryse was our artist, sorry, that was working on the environment itself, and Stephanie was our lighter artist that made all the Hopeless Exile lighting.
And there's a lot of work there to do because it's just a completely new environment, right?
Yes.
That players are going to get to be immersed in. So there's a lot of work that goes into that.
Exactly, and we can take a look essentially at how we've managed to build it. So we can jump on
Hopeless
how
Exile looks
essentially
really
we build
cool.
an
Like
environment.
I'm excited to really fully see
The first thing we wanted to say today was
it in
when
game.
we as artists get the concepts. So once the job of the concept and everything, they wanted to know exactly how to.
Does
do
she
it.
not have a mic?
Our first thing is to define how we're going to make everything. So because
she
there's
does.
always new
They just
ideas that
boosted
comes
it.
in and new things to explore. And like in this case, we had different challenge. As you said, it was a new environment, so everything was made.
I think
from
it's like
scratch.
in her
So
hair.
when we
I think it's
received
right
this,
there.
how can we make it an actual game? So if you want to change a slide, the way we approached this one, we were a bit limited. We didn't have any trees, we didn't have anything to, vary.
It's funny because they have to boost it so much. You can hear the
make sure
production.
we didn't have too much repetition. So we walk with something that was a modular kit, is what we call. So it's like Lego block that could brick with each other to make sure that every little part of the Exile would be its own little special thing.
Yeah.
Like
So it
it.
feels like
Yeah,
it doesn't,
it's right
it doesn't
here.
feel like
It's right here in her
you're
hair.
going into.
That's why you can
copy
hear
of
a lot
copy
of
it.
like
It feels like
rustling.
an environment that's natural that you
Exactly.
can really explore.
So that's the approach we had for this one, and we wanted to make sure that everything would work. So we started with the little block you see, we call blockers. So it's like a basic shape of what everything will look like, so we can have an idea of how much we're going to use, how can we place them, and how everything looks, so we can know if the walls are high enough, if everything works correctly, and we can play test rapidly. So that's what we use, and then the artist would use those blockings to create the assets from them.
And that's where essentially we define the proportion of the space,
Yep,
right? That
exactly.
we decide the landmarks, how big it's going to be, how the corridors or large are going to be. We knew for Hopeless Exile, for example.
As
that
much as I
statue
love the
would be central to
grimoire,
these sort of things. They're
I am
defined.
very excited for us to be done with it and not have like
And
these
after
long
that,
stretches
once
of the
all my
streams
job is done
dedicated
and
to the
the level
grimoire.
art, what we call is done, then it's Stephanie's side who's gonna light it all up.
Yeah, so mostly in our video games, the lighting is mostly darkness. So in this particular tile, the challenge was it's bright daylight with bright skies and bright god
The constant
rays.
tweets. I mean, I don't care that much about the
So
tweets.
I had to do a custom skybox with the big clouds that you voted for. And after that, I mostly had to put some light blockers that I managed to do like custom clouds shapes that's moving that helps guide the visual like for the statue. And also I added a little bit of volumetrics to help for the
Enjoy a
god
homemade
rays
killer,
that
but I
you will
couldn't care
see
less
that
about this
when
one.
you look up in the sky.
And it's always the
So that's
issue
pretty much it
that
for
you run
the-
into with
the
like
lighting.
create your
I
own
remember
chapter.
because we're not used to do so many bright
See, people that
lights in
care
our map.
more
I
for
remember
it,
having
just
so
doesn't
many
feel
back
for
and
me.
forth between
Yeah.
into okay, a bit brighter, a bit darker, and
Yeah.
going back and forth to really find the good
Yeah.
level for all of these things. It was quite a challenge.
It's true that I hadn't realized how new it is for us to have an environment like this one that's so bright and,
Yes.
it's bright, but it's still oppressive. You know, you can't feel safe there because you don't want people to stay there too long. It's a hopeless exile. You know, hopeless is in the title.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that it's divine in a sense, but still very very scary.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that duality was really part of the building of it, right? It's really by first impression you feel like you are in super paradise sort of place, but then you start looking around and like, no, it looks like there's a bunch of things weird around here and stuck in walls and all these sort of
And
elements.
that's where I had the pleasure to hide so many little things around the map, so for you guys to find. There's so many tormented souls and things like that we're going to see soon. Stay tuned. But yeah, so Stephanie was to make everything like so godly and all of that, and I was the one, you know, making it oppressing and hiding little things
Yes,
here and there.
eerie and creepy
Yep.
and strange and wrong.
Yes.
You made it right. You
Yes,
made it
that's
wrong.
right.
Exactly.
That's what I was going to say. Like, she puts
So, like,
favorite things and I
the
put lights on
grimoire,
it.
like,
Really good.
Exactly.
Went on for so long.
So if you want to see what we did, then
Yes. lot to explore in there.
Yes.
And yeah, we have a little video of.
I mean, it
of the
looks
Hopeless
pretty.
Exile.
I don't like the
Disclaimer.
Yes.
I think we have to have one
skybox
disclaimer
is-
here. It will not be this peaceful.
This is the only
I
time
don't like
we
that the
will see it
skybox
peaceful
is just
this.
like a
Yes.
PNG.
This is really to give you an idea of how it looks, you know, how beautiful it is, how much work has gone into it, how, you know, like how much craftsmanship there is really in building this space. But when you get to experience it in the PTB, it will not be this peaceful.
The sky is just a PNG.
yeah, this is the only time you're going to see it without running for your life.
That's it.
Exactly, yes.
I hope you will still enjoy the sky, even though you were running for your life.
But yeah, absolutely, absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
And I think we
I
have.
feel
a
like this should have
question
been
here,
so
but I don't know if This is
dynamic.
going to be something that you're able
Dwight's
to answer,
holding the,
so I'm
the
just gonna
pendant.
ask it. We were asked how big is the hitbox on the killer's power.
You gain the
/
pendant
beam
once you
in
are
the
in the
Hopeless
exile. That's how you
That's
like.
really a Jeff question.
That's how you
I don't have an
uh,
answer. I think
ward off
I'm
those
going by
souls.
memory. I think the beam is similar to the one that we throw
Okay.
in the map, but to be verified. Jeff is the right person to ask that question.
Beautiful. So you know what? Maybe we can get that answer from Jeff and get back to it afterward. But yeah, this is beautiful. Incredible work on this. I'm so excited for players to explore the Hopeless Exile as the Judgment or as Aurora. As the Judgment, no. Explore the Hopeless Exile as Aurora and play the new killer on one of our regular maps. A lot of things to explore, a lot of things to see. It's going to be very exciting, and it's very clear a lot of work went into this. So thank you for joining us today. And I know, Jay, you had been here before, but this was your first time on our
It was,
stream.
yes.
Thank you for joining us. I know this is not an easy feat. There's a lot of work that goes into planning these, a lot of work that you're doing on the chapter in general too. But it was so nice to get a glimpse at the Hopeless Exile. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you
And
so much for having us.
so excited for players to get their hands on it, and we're going to talk about
right.
UI and UX next. So stay here. We have a
Oh,
lot more
God.
to show you.
We're still with the grimoire. Oh my god. Okay, I feel like this is just.
Thanks.
Oh, the fact that this is a rough thing. Making me hate it. I don't want us to move on to something else. I just. Ugh. Like I'm excited for the grimoire, and I'm looking forward to it. Like it tells this one story when there's when American Horror Story Covenant premiered. I got Hulu with ads. I don't mind ads, but they would play this Midori ad only. It played so much that I not only paid for no ads, I have held a crush against Midori this very day. I feel like, especially with this, like it's going on just much longer than it should. I just like I'm excited for the grimoire. Don't get me wrong. I just think that like we need, less, or have like a grimoire focused dev stream. positive note, I like that they're highlighting some of the people who work hard on the game. Yeah, I like that too. I like that we're getting like actual developers on. 100%. So I was gonna tweet something to my friend, but I don't think he'd want to be spoiled. And stuff. So I need to
And
ask.
we're back. Hello, everyone.
Tomorrow, I think.
Still me,
Or
still Amia,
Saturday.
still here. Before we continue with UI and UX, I'm going to answer one of the most asked questions. What is this? This is our clicker. This is how we move things on the screen for you, in case you were wondering. But more important, let's go into UI and UX. Today I have two new faces. Well, new. I think some of them you've seen before, but two new faces with me that we haven't seen on the
fact that
Grimoire
she has
stream
to say
so
that
far.
is funny.
I'm going to be joined by Alexandra, our UI art team lead, and Jean, our senior UX designer, to tell us a bit more about the role of UI and UX in creating a new chapter. And there's a lot of work that goes into that.
Definitely is, yeah. Well, thanks for the introduction. Yeah, as you said, I'm Alex. I'm the UI art team lead. And you know,
Yeah, I'm Gene. I'm senior UX designer. I've focused a lot on killers.
yeah.
Yeah, I like her
so
tattoo. She's
to talk
super
a bit
cute.
about the role that we play in making a chapter, UI art usually comes in later in production. We collaborate with a lot of different departments, but we want to make sure that all of the aspects of the killer and survivor have kind of been decided ahead of time before we get in, so we have all the information we need to then create the UI art and assets that need to be made. To do that, we work really closely with UX.
Yeah, and counter to UI, UX tries to come in as early as possible. There's a lot of things that we need to figure out, and UI and UX often get lumped together, which is really true for web and app development. But when it comes to games, there's a lot more to surface to feed back to the user or the player, more than just menus and the HUD layer. We go beyond the 2D stuff. So, as an example, you can see here that this is an example flowchart of what we work with. So I would have worked with Jeff on this, and we kind of broke the gameplay down into 3 different sections is kind of the way that I envisioned it. So as we know, the Judgment has their default phase and then their Zealous phase, which was empowered, what we used at the time, and Exile was not so much for the killer themselves, but it was a new space for the survivors. And so even on the left, I have like gameplay entities, not to be confused with the entity, but the different things that would need to be feedbacked in different ways throughout the course of gameplay.
This is
so if we zoom in on just the
I
power
think way
here,
too technical for
this
us.
is the main ability of Divine Light.
behavior.
At the time, we were calling it the Ray. And you can
Project
see
management
that
tricks. Yeah,
I've
I
really
don't
separated
think
it
we need
into the
this much
different
nitty-gritty.
steps. So Jeff and I thought about what animation needs we have, VFX, sound effects, and
this is a
this
lot.
is really helpful for the art teams, the animators, and the art directors to figure out what is going to be needed, and then we, eventually we figure out what that looks like, and then we bring it to UI because it'll help us determine what those UI buttons or what those different states are. So here's just some wireframes of what that looked like, the different states of how that power widget would look. Some things are ready, some things are on
but I think
cooldown, that kind of
90% of
thing.
the community doesn't give two
But yeah,
shits.
then it goes to you.
Yeah, you do a lot more than just the wireframes
Yes,
in your
yes.
role. We get grouped together a lot, but there's a lot more in what UX does in creating the killer. But thank you for the wireframes, because we do use those when we create ours. So after we have the wireframes and kind of an understanding of the gameplay of like what icons are needed for the killer power, then we can get to work making the icons. So to make killer power icons, we'll do some research on what's been made so far. We'll look at the animations. We'll look at the VFX.
Seems like a lot of time people will say just fix it. It's already not
find
that
out more
hard.
about the theme of the
True.
character. Definitely
Very
sync
true.
with art direction to start making the power icons. So these ones are made by Donna on our team, and I kind of want to break down how the Judgment's power icons work a little bit. Over the course of, the last few years, there's been a mandate to create more power icons for a killer's kit. In the past, it used to be 1 or 2 icons would represent the power overall, but now the mandate is to represent more states of the different icons. So with the Judgment's power icons, on the left you can see that for Divine Ray, or the Divine Light Ray Retribution, there's the charging state, and then there's the release state.
I'm gonna be honest,
Once
this is a
they've
lot
entered
longer
its-
stream than I
entered its
expected
zealous
it to be.
state, or the empowered state.
I thought it was
that
gonna be like
initial power,
an hour.
our ability gets more power. So in
We've
order
been-
to,
we've been
so
here for
what
an
we like
hour
to
and
do
a
is
half.
use that same composition, but show that it is more powerful with more flair in the icon. If there's a VFX happening on the character at the time, then we try and work that into the icon.
We should have been there.
So that's what
Yeah,
we've
like
done
I
here
said,
with
we
the
probably
power
should have like a
icons.
grimoire
Yeah,
only.
exactly. It really increases the
stream.
legibility of just like everything that's on screen.
Yeah.
But
We also work closely with you on the next thing we're going to talk about, which is the Killer Affliction.
Yeah, so this is, as you all know, there's what was called Sin and is now called Heresy. And when we're thinking about Survivor Afflictions, we have to think about how they're going to appear
in between is
on
interesting.
screen.
Yeah,
So,
probably.
you know, what does that look like? Is it VFX around the survivor's head, on their body? Is it a trailing thing? And what do we want to do on the UI side? And fortunately, for this killer, it was a lot simpler than we've seen in the past. But you can see here, just there's 4 different states to really consider. There's the default state of nothing behind white. And then, of course, Heresy is something that is gained right away.
calling
You know,
it Sin.
sometimes it's something that is gained
we'll see
over
what I end
time,
up calling it.
or is gained through interactions or just like incremental, like points, you could say. But no, here it just turns on, and then when you go to repent for your sins, rather, then we start the decaying of it. And even here, the direction of the clockwise wipe is very important. We all know how clocks work, but there was a point early in the prototype where
I feel like this
the
is just
wipe was happening in the
information we
opposite
don't
direction.
really need.
And so a lot of players were feeling like it was leading up to some other negative effect that they were going to gain. So it was really important that we fixed the direction so they knew that it was going to be lost. And then, of course, there's a new, in the wireframe, exile icon. It was just, if we think about Killer Affliction, there's also like the survivor state. And so this is, of course, something more like being on a hook or being trapped in a bear trap. So it would replace the survivor
simple, me
portrait.
like one
But,
syllable.
Yeah, these wireframes, as beautiful as they are,
Yeah, we take the wireframes and then figure out how to make it pretty. So yeah, this was a capture from in the game. As you mentioned
Jesus,
earlier,
that's
this
terrifying.
particular Killer Affliction was much simpler than they
Yeah,
usually
see,
end
look
up
how
being. They
big
usually get pretty complex,
look how noticeable the killer is.
as you
Yes,
mentioned,
undetectable.
we
Gonna
only
make it so we can
start to
think of
UI
so
art.
easy.
Sometimes everything else has been created already, and we can look at the VFX that's in the game, the animation, and directly pull from that. For Heresy or for Sin, there was the halo created on the survivor to indicate that they're suffering from heresy or it's from sin. So it was decided, let's just use that for the UI art version. So on the killer portrait, we were
Like
able
motherfucker,
to,
unless like they
this
change
is,
the texture,
work from
that
Geo
motherfucker
and
glows.
Auntie
We'll be able to
and
see what it's
Adrian kind of
knows on our
combination
even.
here.
Yeah, for real.
Making material shaders based off of that VFX. It just worked out perfectly this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really did. But yeah,
interesting.
talking about
I don't
this
think
affliction,
I've ever had
you know, there's
Kofi bot
like I mentioned,
actually
there's survivor
put a
afflictions,
message.
there's survivor states, but there's also, of course, very often with those come
they-
the status
the
effects,
gift
which we all
fix and
know.
stuff then? No, it didn't. It's still
but
broken.
it was a challenge trying to figure out where that information lived on screen. But before we do that, let's just quickly look at
Kinda
the
like Nemesis?
s-
I
the
mean,
state.
Nemesis
rather.
doesn't
We'll quickly show, yeah, so when the killer, when the killer sends a survivor to exile, this is the state change that you see. So instead of a portrait, you're going to see a little survivor flying off, getting carried away to the exile. This is a great way to indicate that, hey, your buddy needs a rescue. They're trapped in exile.
Yeah.
Go pray.
Yeah, and while in exile, it was. I need to apologize, first of all, from the blog post. I scared you all with some numbers. I am so sorry. It was very often in UX, it's very helpful to work with large numbers to see how that's going to look on screen. Of course, none of these numbers appear on screen, but there was a point where they might have. Yeah, no, these were very placeholder. I'm, again, sorry, but I'm glad I kept you on your toes. And if we just go to the next slide, we try to figure out how these lived on screen.
What
and
the
you
hell
can see
am I
this is kind of
looking
a
at?
bit of a mashup of different ideas I was playing with at the
What
time.
the fuck?
You know, there was the example of the icons above the interaction bar while you're using the searcher's pendant, and of course the status effects on the right. But there was a time, and I didn't really go past this with the team, but there was a time where I was wondering, do we try to show something in the what we call the external widget, often where you're affected already by a perk or an add-on? And I thought, could we have you affected by a location here? And in the end, I decided not to do that. It's just, let's keep it super to perks and add-ons. That's going to be a lot more clear. Plus, you know, in this wireframe, we wouldn't use the diamond shape anyway, because that is what identifies perks.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, eventually we came to what we have, what you'll see in game, which is the status effects on the right, and you'll see you're building them up. So yeah.
Yeah, and this is a good
You know, the more I
demonstration
think
of
about it, the
all
more right I think you are. They should have
experimenting
been
that
its
you
own
do
thing, but
ahead
they
of,
should
like,
have
presenting it to the
made
UI
it a
team
whole
to take
fair.
over.
Yeah.
But we do some brainstorming.
Like,
a little
they
bit in
should have
between.
been like
Present
grimoire
one
stream.
idea. You've got to
I
present
think I think the
Yeah.
issue that they might
But
have
speaking about
had
perks,
was that nobody would have shown
Here's
up.
a look at the perk icons.
But there's just
for
so
the Judgment and
much
for Aurora.
Grimoire.
Doing the perk
Ooh,
icons
I like-
is one
I like
of the
the
UI
perk
art team's
icons.
favorite things to do because it's great to,
I really
to
like these
get
two
in
right
and do
here.
some illustration here.
Yeah, it
so
definitely should have
these
been
were
its own
done
thing.
by Auntie and
Just like
Mel
a
on our
Duck
team,
Main
and
style
they
video
turned
of
out
the making of.
beautiful.
That would have been cool.
A bit of a behind the scenes for making the perk icons. One thing that we really like doing, a new process that we do, is having a brainstorming session with everyone involved in creating the perks when it's time to make the icons. So we'll get in a meeting with the UI artist, yourself, the perk designer, narrative, and art direction, of course, and just sit down and figure out what should
Okay,
these
some
be.
gameplay, whatever. Yeah.
We do have
Like, it's
some
just,
some things we keep in mind. So there are a few different types of perks where we'll try and keep the same motifs going. So if you see Aurora's Boon Steadfast perk is using a similar motif that we use on our Boon perk icons with the circular diagram sort of style. And then with the Judgment Hex, can't remember the name
Under
of it.
your
Under your
thumb,
thumb,
I
yeah,
believe, yeah.
Hex under your thumb. When there's a totem involved, we try to put skulls in there. Try to get some skulls in there. But beyond that, the perk icons, we try to focus more on, it's like creating more art for the character. So the themes of the character, the art direction of the character, and try to get those into the icons. And if there's gameplay that can help inform them too, then we do that. With Aurora's, you see the star motifs and kind of the protection, because that's thematic that's part of her theme. For Judgment, the Judgment is very
I
symmetrical.
really feel like they should have made this
very
their own
strict,
stream.
kind of like a law and order representation, and so we went with kind of this symmetrical, intimidating composition for the perk icons for them, for it.
For it, yeah.
For it.
But yeah, these turned out really great. And we just wanted to share one last thing. One of the early things that we saw in prototyping and the feedback we got from playtests was that when you were in Exile, players didn't know that there was like a second hook stage, right? Because it was essentially
look at
putting
that.
you on hook. And
It's
so
like a split.
we figured out, you know, of course we need to support this somehow in the VFX and whatnot, but we decided that we should probably split the hook timer because progress
That would be
bars
smart,
don't
yeah.
necessarily like have a checkpoint in the middle unless it's very clearly indicated.
literally got some
So
some
now
scissors that went
you will
snip.
have clear indication of your stage 1 and stage 2 hook timers, and this is going to be in the game for not just in Exile, but also when you're on the hook in normal game modes, and also when you're in a Cage of Atonement against the Executioner, or Cage of Torment, sorry, and Cage of Corruption when you're playing in game mode 2v8.
Yeah.
So
So not just for the Judgment. This is now a change that's going to be
Yeah.
for the hook timer.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to help a lot of new players because I've definitely seen the confusion of, oh, what just happened? So
I am curious how confused we're going to be
Yeah,
once
yeah.
this
is
chapter
honestly
releases.
really great to see, like the work that goes on behind the scenes to build, you know, kind of the language that we use to talk to players in the game, you know, because it's like it's really helping them navigate something that sometimes they have to make a split-second decision. We need to communicate something in that split second, and this is where both of you come in very different ways. But I think we don't get to show that as much when working on other chapters. And I think the Grimoire is a great time for us to show this, because players have been here with us, this whole time. They've been part of their journey, and they have in some way contributed to the choices that we've made for icons, for perks, for things like that, because they voted on things that ended up making their way into the perk icons or into
Exactly.
the effects, things like that. So it's really good to see that their votes are still their decisions are still being carried over in UI and UX decisions. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was really fun having their decisions come in, and then how do we adapt all of that stuff for the character choice, the color palette, and all that. So,
yeah, absolutely. And when it comes to like perk and powers, we love showcasing what the character looks like and the themes of them. So those. The themes that were voted on by the community, they show
Is
up
it
in
bad
the
that I'm a
final
little
icons too.
checked
That's
out
great.
with this
It's really
point?
cool to see, and I love that we got to see a bit the process.
You know what I would have liked? I would have liked the more in-depth stuff to be about like
testing
the perk
and
changes
iteration and
stuff.
brainstorming that goes into
I've been checked
UI
out,
and
yeah.
UX elements too, because you have to make sure that it's clear for players when they're in the game and that they can navigate it, and that we're really helping them, either as survivor or as skiller, understand how to play pretty much. So. Yeah, but thank you both for being here
Thank you
today.
for having us. Yeah.
For talking about UI, UX, how both contribute to the player experience, how different they are, because that's really important, I think. But also how they're equally important in helping players, navigate the game. So
Yeah,
thank
absolutely.
you for being here with us, and we're going to move to VFX and animation right after. So stay with us, and thank you again for joining us, Alex and Jean.
Bye.
Bye.
Still not done, I guess. Okay. This is just... This is just a lot. This is a lot of information. And I was thinking we were going to be getting just more general stuff. I thought it was going to be a lot shorter. This is more than I was... Yeah, I think this is more than anyone was prepared for. These used to be an hour. The last ones have been like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I just think like this should have been its own stream. It should not have been included in this. This is just a lot, man. Full segment should have been 5 to 7 minutes top, recorded and played during transitions. Maybe, yeah. Apparently there's a message in chat from Andy, a pin message. Chat, we will be working on a blog post from next week to address any areas you would have missed due to audio issues.
And we're back. I'm still here. You're stuck with me. Sorry. Not so sorry, because I'm having a lot of fun talking about the Grimoire. And now we're going to talk about VFX and animation. I'm joined by some new faces and also some you've seen before. And then we're going to move on to talk about audio, which I know you're also very excited about. But first, I'm
audio
joined,
issues
by Etienne, our animation team lead, who's right here with me. You have Fred, our audio director. We're going to move on to right after, who you already know. We've had him on the stream before to talk about audio, which was very fun. And I'm also joined remotely by someone you've already seen before, Anna.
Remotely?
Hello, Anna.
Oh,
our
I
VFX
know
artist.
you.
I know. So happy to have you back. Last time when you came to talk about VFX, people were very excited to see the process. So I'm hoping, today we get to see a bit of the progress and everything we've worked on. So yeah, let's jump directly to VFX with Anna. Yes.
We have been shaping up nicely.
Oh God.
We have about 6 people working on this chapter right now, and we've had a lot to make. I think we had about 80 VFX tasks for this chapter, but please keep in mind that things are still being worked on and are in progress, so they will change. So just keep that in mind. But we can go to the
I
first
swear,
VFX slide.
Polly.
So this is an effect that I've shown previously. I think it's called Hearsay now. It's previously known as Sin. So we made some changes for this to not be as distracting, as playtest feedback said that it was too distracting as the survivor. So we reduced the scale of this and the overall emissive.
Oh.
And hopefully it will
I'm gonna
not be too
fucking
distracting.
scream.
Please, as Daniel mentioned before, play the PTB and give us our feedback for this one, because I would love to make sure that this isn't as distracting for everyone. You will be able to repent your hearsay at shrines. So if we can go to the next slide. This is how you repent your hearsay and save survivors from the exile.
It's really hard to focus on what she's saying with the
this is split
echo.
into two
I'm
different
gonna be honest with you.
things. We have the stuff at the top, which is the indication of someone is in the exile.
Okay,
and
they
we
got
need
rid
to
of the
save
echo.
them.
Thank you.
And then we have
Thank
the
you.
VFX on the bottom, which is also to indicate. I see the video playing. Yeah, the VFX on the bottom for the repenting of the hearsay. So if you want to get rid of your hearsay, you stab your hand and you bleed a little, and your sin will start to fade. And if you want to save a survivor, you do the same thing, and someone will beam down from the exile. But something that we ran into when we were working on this effect,
What's
you
funny
might
is it
be
wasn't
able
her.
to see
Usually
a
when
little
that happens,
teaser of
because
this
someone
later.
has stream of
The
headphones.
pose for this
the
was
mic picks up
initially
both.
different.
No, I know. I know it's
and
not
I had
her.
to flag this to the whole team because it was a little bit questionable. So we ended up doing
Do you
a
believe they
one-sided
rehearsed this
stab
stuff, by
with
the way?
with the hands, but later on you'll get to see the original pose and why we probably changed it. So speaking of the exile, we can go to the next slide. This is
Whoa,
the
what
Vanish to
the
Exile portal.
Holy shit.
So when
Holy
a killer
fuck.
has hit a survivor with the hearsay,
That looked pretty
and they have
cool.
hearsay, you can
That
banish
looked
them
pretty
to the
cool, pretty
exile.
funny.
So this
I want to
was
see
a
that
way
again.
to give
Show
a
it
little,
again.
like, sneak peek to the killer, because the killer can't go into the exile. So we really wanted to be able to create a really
Dude,
cool
someone get that
effect
footage and
to
make it a
showcase the
GIF
exile
saying
for
"Be
the killer.
gone."
So one
Thought
of our more senior artists cooked up this killer portal effect using a cube map. So it actually looks like you can really step into the portal.
that looks great.
Not in this video. I should have
That
maybe
looked
got a better
great.
one, but if you look at it from the sides, you can actually like see on the around inside of it because it's using a cube
Be
map.
gone. Thought
So
I need to get that. I
really
need to
hope
get
the
that
killer
and
will
make
be
it
able
into a
to
GIF.
appreciate that since they don't get to go to the exile.
I'm probably gonna if they can
And
full
if we
screen that,
go
that'd be
to the
great.
next slide.
If I can get that in
Lo
the
and
creator
behold,
program, like
this is the
that
exile. So
footage,
we've
I'm
seen
gonna
a few
make
other
a
videos
full
of this,
like GIF for
but
it. Just
this is
saying
with
"Be
all the
gone." Thought.
VFX. So the exile has a ton of VFX. Actually, we had to do. I hope I get the names right.
If
We
anything,
changed the
I'm gonna go
names.
onto PTV and record that and make a GIF for it.
Seeds- What were they?
I
Seeds
might
of
even make that
Punishment,
into
which are
like
those hazards
a
coming down.
animation for my
Exiled
stream.
Souls, which are those little we called them crystals previously, but
I'll
they're
add
the
like
little
the
things
sound
that you
effects
collect.
and everything.
And we had the Searcher's Pendant, which was the artifact previously. So
See,
a
now
lot
this
of
is
these
stuff I want to
VFX,
see. Actual like,
we had to
gameplay
iterate
footage
on them
and
quite a
stuff.
bit. One of the main
This
things
place
we
is
did was
wild.
change a lot of the artifact and crystal / Exiled Souls VFX to be blue because we found it too hard to really see what was going on in here because there was so much gold and yellow. It looked really nice, but like from a gameplay perspective, it was too hard to differentiate what you were supposed to be doing in here. So we're hoping that this will be easier for the players to read and understand when they get into the exile, that they can collect those exiled souls.
I need to
and
figure out how to
hopefully
like
get out
upload
quicker.
GIFs as well, so that other people can use it.
And we can go to the next
Yeah,
slide,
I'm excited
please.
to make a Begone Thought GIF with that.
So I think we already saw some videos and other people's videos when it was their turn. And again, subject to change, especially for the pillar. I've already done some changes since I recorded these a couple days ago. This is our
I
gameplay
like the
pillar.
killer's perspective
So this
a
is
lot.
what
It
the
looks like
killer's
really
power
cool
is.
with the power.
This went through some iterations, and it was also a lot of work because it has a lot of different states. It has a controlling state. It has
Wonder what the
multiple
cooldown is
states
like,
when
'cause
it's
they
being
cut off some
flung.
footage
It has
there.
a teardown state. It has a timeout state. So it was a lot of work, and it was a huge collaboration between VFX, programming, and design and art direction to ensure we could get, you know, the visual aspect to look good, to make sure that it functions as it should in gameplay, to make sure it's visible when it should be, visible when it shouldn't be. So as I mentioned, we're still kind of tweaking these to polish it a bit more, but it's coming along, and yeah, you don't want to get hit by this. We can go to the next slide, please. And this is
Powered
the
pillar.
empowered pillar, which I believe is called Zealous now. So this is very similar to the base gameplay. It's just blue. It's a little bit more than just blue. But
It's
visually,
Powerade.
my
We
job
got a
is to make it
Powerade
blue,
pillar.
and the VFX are slightly larger on some aspects. And yeah, we just needed to really indicate that you are in your Zealous mode and you are more powerful, right? So the main thing was to communicate that this was different than the base gameplay pillar. But yeah, that is pretty much all the
I wonder where she
videos I had
lives,
for
because
VFX
every time
right
she's
now,
been
but
on
there's
stream,
still lots
she's
of
been
VFX
remote.
that
So
I
I
didn't
wonder if
show,
she's in the States.
and you will be able to see those in the PTV. And I do want to say a huge thank you to my team. As I said, there's about 6 people working on this chapter right now, and obviously the people that aren't working directly on this chapter have given me feedback, and I want to say a huge thank you to my team, and a big shout out to the rendering and tech art team as well. So that's all I have for VFX.
I think, yeah, like you mentioned, you know, like we bring a lot of people on these streams to talk about the work that happens behind the scenes, but most of the time it's not just, you know, one person working on this. So many people are bringing this chapter to life, and it's just really the teamwork that goes into it is really, really good to see. And I know last time when you came, people were
Wanna
so
hear
excited
something
to
devastating,
see,
by the way,
you know,
Cats?
the work that goes into VFX.
Probably the most
thank
devastating news you're
for
gonna
joining
ever
us
hear- you're
again
gonna
to
hear
show us
today.
a bit of the progress. I'm excited that they're still going to get some surprises for the VFX when they, you know, actually test it and try it for themselves. But it was so nice to get to see a bit of the progress we've made, because it's incredibly, incredibly cool to see.
I'm out of Dr. Pepper.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me too.
Thank you. It's so nice to have you again. And we're going to move on to animation now with Etienne that we have here
Yes,
for the
big
first
Sag
time. Because, you know, animation is really important to bring characters to life.
Thank you.
And
Prayers
this
are
is-
definitely needed.
This is, again, not a small feat to bring, you know, the Judgment to life. We're talking about a divine killer here, which is quite ambitious. So maybe you want to talk to us a bit more about, you know, one, maybe what animation is really, and what was the process of, you know, working on this chapter.
So animation basically is it's actually 2 departments. You have the animators that are doing the movement, bringing the personality, bringing the gameplay animation, but there's also the lesser known tech animators that are the ones behind the scene doing the skeleton, doing the controls
guy looks
that
like
allows us to
Dan
be able to
TD
move it.
TDM.
And they're also the ones that do more the technical aspects in game. Like this killer is so huge that she's a bit outside of
Like,
the
is it just me?
collider sometimes, so we want to make sure that she's not colliding into walls, clipping into objects. So the tech animators are the one, doing the black magic behind the in the engine
Yes.
to make it so the legs don't clip in walls. They will push back. The wings are pushing back in.
A lot of magic involved in bringing a
I'm
killer
really
like,
interested to
like
see how
the
this
Judgment
killer
to life, for
interacts
sure.
with maps.
So the animation is for this chapter is a team of 13 people, and we've been working hard to bring this entity, this creature that tries to be a god to life, and I think we can show the idle animation in the menu.
Jesus!
Wow.
As you can see, there's a lot of movement on this. Yes. We've created those faces and the legs that are souls that are trapped inside.
And this is also impressive because this is the first
terrifying.
time that players really get to see it. We haven't shown it just yet, so this is
Look at all the
this is
eyes.
new. This is new for them. You heard it here first. You saw it here first.
So here's the judgment, and there's also a tech art that created all the moving eyes on the killer, but also on the weapon. So a lot of tiny movement everywhere. And then a killer needs a survivor, so of course we created Aurora as well. We can go to the next slide. So this is Aurora. We wanted to make sure that she's a tough character, that she survived the judgment before, and she knows.
She knows how to deal with the situation. This might be new to her, but you know she's prepared. She's equipped. She's gonna be in there in the trials.
Is the play button now like a huge fucking big
hopefully,
block at the bottom?
Yeah, hopefully. And then I wanted to bring a kind of funny story that Anna teased a bit earlier, that sometimes when we start animation, we don't necessarily have all the assets right away, and they come in later because everyone works in parallel. And so for the shrine animation, we started with just a concept art to know what we were supposed to do, and we were planning to adjust the pose afterwards. So the idea behind the praying at the shrine to bring the characters back from the exile was to stab your hands, and the concept was using both hands on the shrine, a bit like this. This is our first placeholder animation, and it works well.
That's
in a vacuum.
That's
this is important for what comes next.
Yes. And so afterwards, a bit later, you'll start to see the problem that occurred. We received a model for the shrine, and I didn't put the animation in there, but
probably best not to.
Exactly. But yeah, it started to be flagged as questionable. We tried to fix it many times, trying to sink the character lower, try to put the head backwards a bit more to fix the pose that was slightly questionable. But
showed that animation
in the end, we decided that stabbing with only one hand on the side gave us also more time to stab the hand, so it feels more painful. And
yes, ouch! That
yes.
looks like it hurts.
Oh yeah.
I have to say.
And yeah, it removed the questionable
Christ.
aspect from the old pose, and I think it works better as well.
I think one, very funny story, but two, I think this is also really interesting because again, and this is a theme that comes back, it really shows how much testing goes into this.
TV?
You know, like we don't just test gameplay and balance and powers and perks. We have to test everything to make sure that it tells a cohesive story. And here, I think we really got something because ouch, that looks it's going to be painful to get your friends out of the hopeless exile.
Frankerface.
It is. But
That's what I have.
Beautiful.
Like,
wow, I
set
think
up.
I love that our players get to see a bit of the work here too, because for animation, a lot of the time they get to
Odds
see
of
the
me
final
seeing
product.
it though are
They
slim
only get
because
to
I
see
use
the
a
polished
separate
version, these
system
characters brought to
for,
life, and it's hard to
chat.
sometimes break it down
You can see
into
all my
what
chats
really goes
combined.
into this, what work goes behind all of these beautiful animations, and
Here's the
I
modern
love that
alternative
we
to
got
older
to show
systems
them
like Better
a bit
Twitch
more of
TV
the
and
behind the scenes.
Frankerface.
So
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Etienne. Thank you. This was great. And now we're going to move on
I don't
to
think like anything really
music and voice
implements
lines.
7TV.
Or rather, I want to
anything.
say audio with you, Fred. You were here last time during a very exciting time because it was during the vote that got us a lot of really passionate opinions. But today,
On the theme,
yes,
Very
on the theme.
passionate
I remember there were a lot of we definitely had. There was definitely a winner.
What the fuck?
For 25 years,
Holy
they've
shit.
pushed buttons,
Hey, you stop laughing right now.
pushed limits,
Give me a liter of cola.
pushed their luck.
You boys like Mexico?
But it's never too late to push things a little farther.
Oh.
On August 7th, comedy makes a comeback.
This guy's actually kind of cute.
See, this is why I hate when streams have intro ads.
That powerful voice, many layers.
Jesus
voices,
Christ, okay.
That give the impression that it's powerful.
Yeah.
It's
You have to be scared. You have to be a little scared.
yeah, intimidated.
Yes.
So there's also a great opportunity.
Kill me,
that
Kat. Just kill me.
That was presented to us in the
You
fact
said
that it's a
happened during the
glove,
ad break on my
you
stream.
can use that voice in a more global way. So that the voice coming from the
Yes.
sky. And so we try to explore that for some feedback. So, but here I have just a sneak peek of a few voice line, and it's dry. It's not in the game. It's even more powerful in the game, but it sounds great. And this is a good collaboration between our voice designer and narratives team. And so I'll let you listen to that. Oops.
Oh, let's go back, quick. Yes.
Is that playing?
Can we hear it? Can we hear how scary this is?
Oh my god. I'm gonna scream.
Oh. Let me see. Oh, yes, we can.
We can't hear it because you're speaking over it.
You cannot escape from God. This is your purpose. You are persistent, and still you reject the truth. Open your eyes. There is nowhere to hide from the light.
I love the echo. You know, that you really
Remember
get a
when
sense
killers
that this
didn't
is
have
not just, you're not just
voices?
facing,
I kind of
the
miss
killer,
that.
you're facing something that's huge, that's all encompassing,
not
that's
a human.
powerful, it's just, I love that how much, I think here it's really clear how much work goes into making sure, the
Don't get me
audio
wrong,
also
like this
fits
is
with the
cool,
narrative.
but I kind of would have
Because
preferred to
really
have
here we get to feel how
her be
powerful the
silent.
judgment is supposed to be. And you convey that perfectly through the voice and all the effect that goes into it. It's really good to see.
Imagine in game.
Yes, can't wait.
Not you. The stars guide me. No stars. Only darkness. Open, you damn thing. Heroic. Novus flame burn you.
I've seen many wounded.
Lend a hand. Strength. I must show strength.
So strong personality. Also our oldest character, the oldest survivor. So it's super interesting character. Super, and I feel that this voice is really perfect for the character. So I hope
I'm
that,
okay with the voice. I think it's
people
pretty
will
nice.
enjoy this
Yeah.
this direction. A narrative really brings on an interesting character in game. So.
And I think it's also important to talk about, how when we do casting, when we do when we try to find the right voice for our characters, it's also about, again, we're communicating something with that. We're saying something about, Aurora's, personality, really, and that's conveyed through her voice, and we try to find, the right one that really says, like, this is someone who's strong, who's been here before, who's seen things like that before, who's been fighting, her own, I want to say, struggles. This is someone who's been through some things, and it comes through in her voice. So.
And there's a relation with the killer that is super interesting as well. And there are some lines that you can, they're sharing some lines. So it's there's a relation. So it's super interesting.
So some surprises is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, very exciting. But they'll have to wait for the PTB.
Yes, for more. Yeah.
Yes.
You have to play the PTB. The next subject, it's the last time I talked about the how powerful the beam, like the divine light, that's the final name, how powerful need to be. Also, I talk about the footstep, the Cariped's footstep, how it needs to be really well balanced, to not be annoying or a gameplay breaker.
Very
And
true.
but today I want to talk about the exile. We saw the exile early in the presentation, but we saw the exile, the example that is super calm and super kind of super.
Again, not what players are going to experience.
No, it's a lie. It's totally a lie. A lot of things happening in the exile. It's busy. So on the audio side, it's also a challenge to keep everything comprehensive and really distinct. So we need to play with the difference of frequencies. We need to also set a lot of parameters to make it work. And there is also that exile that it's another place that keep a relation with the map. So there's feedback that we can hear from the exile or not. So there's a lot of decision and to keep that exile.
That was just a bunch of stars on my end.
Not realistic, but in the you
I don't know what that was
believe in
supposed
that
to be.
place, and you believe that it exists, and you don't break the relation between the
That's
the
it. It's
two places.
immersive. You feel like really immersed in
Exactly.
it, and when you go through it, it doesn't break that illusion.
Yeah. So
Sent me
so
a
yeah, I want
Steam
to present
message.
you a sneak peek of the exile with the audio and how busy is it, and the sound designer did a great job, really, for the distinction and all the comprehensive elements. So.
8 Mile
Oh,
stayed
thank you.
A sneak peek.
Yeah. Do I need no? I'm struggling
I
with.
think it was too strong, Fred. I think this was too strong. It could not be contained in a presentation.
Now the question is, can I download the original file
I think it was
this
too strong for the presentation.
so I can add the
you know
sound?
what? Fitting for the judgment.
and,
Very fitting. So I guess
text.
we'll have to wait to hear those.
Yep,
Maybe
in the
we maybe we get to show players a little bit early. Maybe next week. You know what? We'll figure something out. You
Either
tease
that or
them
I can
now.
wait until
Now we get to
PTB.
post it very shortly and show them a little bit of that.
I
That's all
hope
right.
the tease was
Some
really
things for
good.
Yes.
PTB to make
Well,
it.
yes, it was really good. Now, be prepared. A lot of fun
might-
stuff
A lot
coming.
of sound.
When the PTB
awesome
comes out,
sounds.
I might
A lot of
screen record. Oh my fucking gods!
sounds. A lot of exciting
The
things.
seeds of judgment everywhere.
We'll try to give you a little bit of a sneak peek
Jesus
before
Christ.
before it goes live in the PTB.
It's up to you.
and
I mean,
then,
I might
you
just
know,
wait
in
for the
game itself.
PTB
But yeah, that's it.
and
Any
record
last words
so I can add
about the process,
reverb
you know,
and
as a whole?
audio and
like I
the
said,
text
in
files.
terms of gameplay, that killer is huge in terms of elements and to the relation between elements. Also, even just the shrine, it was something, so it's super rich. So it was a fun killer to do and an amazing opportunity for a lot of work, a lot of sounds to I mean, it's alive. This killer, the exile is
Yes.
alive, so
Mhm.
it's amazing. So, yeah, I hope that it's. I hope that the player will really like it. It was a fun experience to share with the players as well. So.
I think it was a fun experience for all of us to, you know, get to work on this, get to see it come to life, get to see, you know, like get all those votes in, you know, and get to see what players really wanted to, you know, see in the game, and then to get to kind of, again, problem solve, you know, how do we bring that to life? How do we bring the judgment, you know, a divine killer into the fog? How do we bring Aurora, a new character, into the fog? And it's been a very exciting year, and now I can't wait for players to get their hands on these new characters and to see the Hopeless Exile.
It is
a lot of
very
exciting
long.
things,
It is very
which
long.
you will get to experience in the PTB early August, but you'll definitely get a little bit of a glimpse at the new content next week, and maybe an early look as well at the new chapter. So, you know, stay tuned. Our socials, official channels, you know, make sure you follow us. You'll find everything there. But before I go, again, and I think this comes from all of us, from the whole team, I want to extend a thank you to everyone who joined us on this journey. This has been now a journey of, you know, more than a year.
Okay, I
of
think we're
building this
finally
chapter
ending the
from very
grimoire
beginning,
section.
from the votes, from, like, you know, everything, and you've seen a lot of it through our blog post and our streams. And I hope you enjoyed being a part of it, because we We sure did. This was a new thing we did, and we're so glad we did. So huge thank you, because there wouldn't be a judgment or a hopeless exile in the fog without you. This came from you. All we did was bringing it to life. So thank you again for joining us. And yeah, stay tuned for more. And I can't wait for you to see the new content in the BTB early August. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope to see you in the fog.
Wait, what? You're joking, right? Is that actually it? So 75% of the stream was Grimoire? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking scream. Yep, that's it. Okay. All right. Oh my god. Hey, you're cool and all, but no. Okay. Okay, I want to test something real quick on my end. Okay, yeah. So I think Polly's rating stuff is set to, I think, 5 or above, because I literally cannot raid. Because I'm not big enough. 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 This stream's playing. Let me test. Polly Esther. Yeah. I think you need to be. I think I need to have 5 viewers. Okay. So audio issues like crazy. I've been complaining about this for years, and Polly knows this. Polly can attest this. This was so much shit. Like, I really think they need to have shit sorted for their audio. I think they need to really work on this shit. The fact that this stream, 75% of it was just Grimoire, was insane. I don't understand. And then like they're like saying like, oh, this is a new mic, I don't know how to use it. It's like, cool. Maybe you should make sure you have shit working properly before things happen. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. I this was just a rough fucking stream. And like the last dev stream they did was pretty fucking good. They had barely any issues, no audio problems at all. But then they changed it this stream. They changed it and it was fine like last time. So I don't know why they did that. I don't know, man. Like there's so much of the information we wanted to hear that was just muted. Like the mics just cut out constantly. It just was rough. I don't understand. I don't know. Like we look at For Honor. Like they need to like take notes from the For Honor stream. Like they had everything set and sorted, like it was so good. I don't get it. I don't understand, man. Like how long have they been doing dev streams? Like how long have they had this new studio? Like I don't get it, man. God, for a long time. Like I don't understand like how they can't get their shit sorted. It's so ridiculous. Like you're having these dev streams and yet like you're not putting in effort to make sure they're the best quality they can be. Like, you need to have a studio director. That's what they need. Like, this is just annoying. Like, I don't understand. Like, or you know what they could do instead of having labs and stuff like that? Just get my mic, get like a Shure SM7B, a Shure MV7, get actual microphones, put them on the table and have them going up. Do it like a typical YouTuber podcast setup. We don't need lap mics. We don't need wireless mics. Just have it. Just have it set up. You don't need to have this whole thing. I don't know. Like, it could be like how it used to be, where they had like the devs at a table talking to us. Like, it's fine. We don't need like a super crazy thing. Like, do stuff that works. It's so frustrating. But besides that, Grimoire, like, I'm excited for it. It took up way too much time. I do agree that it's probably gonna be forgotten about pretty shortly after release, especially with like the power. It seems to be impossible to use on a controller from what we can see. And obviously, like, non-licensed chapters don't ever really do super well unless it's like a great design and theme. I don't know. I'm happy that we're getting a bunch of perks like being changed. I'm so happy that that base BT is being moved back down to 10 seconds. 15 seconds was fucking crazy. Like they said on the stream, like, you could weaponize like that borrowed time, and like it like, I've had it happen to me. I've done it on Survivor. Like, it's so easy to weaponize that base hit borrowed time. So I'm happy it's gonna be 10 seconds. Elusive being added, I don't give a fuck. I think elusive is a garbage fucking thing. But I'm super happy for that change. I'm interested to see all the other changes, and but going back to Grimoire as well, I do hope the Grimoire does well, because I want them to do something like this again. Like, I want us to be able to do another Grimoire. I want us to be able to choose our own survivor, our own killer again. It was fun, and it's a good way to have us be able to get more so what we want. But I'm afraid that the Grimoire is gonna flop, and then they're never gonna try this again. But oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I really wanted more talk about perks and balance changes, stuff like that. I'm hoping that things go well. I'm hoping the Grimoire chapter gets well received and is played a good amount. I'm hoping that these perk changes do well. I'm really nervous. Yeah, it was a hell of a tease, especially with the mic cutting out halfway through people talking during that entire section. So this meeting could have been an emo moment. Yeah, like, again, I feel like the Grimoire stuff should have been its own stream. And get people all worked up until we know more. Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know. I don't, based off the killer as well for the Grimoire, as cool as they look, I don't think they're gonna be for me. They're not gonna be in my repertoire. I'm not. It's funny. I'm not a projectile person, but yet I love Springtrap and I main him. Like, my mains throughout my time have been Wraith, Pyramid Head, Nemesis, and then Springtrap. So like I am curious how hard the depth for the Grimoire Killer is gonna be. Like, how hard is it gonna be? So I haven't been able to play like any of these testings. So I don't know how hard or easy it is to control their power. I don't know. I'm just a little afraid. I remember what its perks are. Well, lucky for you, I have a video showcasing it. So if you go to my YouTube and you search for Grimoire, you can find the video showing what the perks are and everything. Thank you. It's more so because I can't remember at the top of my head. I have the information somewhere here on my PC. I have the files. I don't want to go through and find it. Also weird. Weird they didn't. Odd they didn't answer some questions in chat like they usually do. Like they usually like answer some questions at the end that chat has been having, and they just didn't. Like they usually always have like a bit at the end where they answer questions. Oh, excuse me. It was too long, probably. They probably went over time, honestly. Oh boy. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then throughout like points of the stream, you were just focused on that bald man. Interesting. He's definitely not one of the people on the dev team that I've seen people thirst over. I forgot who it was from an earlier dev stream that people were absolutely thirsting over. It was hot. Yeah, boy. I mean, they said they're gonna make a blog post like detailing on the information that we missed with the freaking mic issues. It's like it's very good structure. Jesus, I used to have good bone structure, then I got fat. I'm going through good news. You still do. Yeah, you're just covered by my face fat now. Despite what clavicular might say. Clavicular? Oh, this guy. Isn't this the like looks maxing guy? Jesus Christ. Yeah, oh my god. Alright. I'm looking to see if there's anything. I really don't have a just chatting scene for my VTuber. I honestly should just make a just chatting scene for my VTuber, huh? I need like a background though. Also, can I just point out when they were showcasing like the stuff for the HUD, like for like the information, why was it the Nostromo background for the lobby? They did fully change the play button as well. It's a huge chunk now. But are we finally getting customizable lobbies, Copium? That would be cool. It's something I've always wanted. Imagine me having the FNAF background again. I'm just going through social media, seeing if there's anything I should be. Like keeping in line that I might have missed. Okay, so future changes here. I'll copy this. We can actually have something on the screen at least. So next release, no killer updates. Only 45 over 45 perks being changed. Close to even between killer and survivor. Split between general perk updates and diminishing return updates. General perks, there's no debuffs to any of the general perks. Some are being reworked from the ground up, modernizing for the current state of the game. Diminishing return changes, 2/3 are buffs. Debuffs are mostly effects that interact with diminishing returns less. I'm very interested for the general perk updates. Are we gonna get like updates to Kindred, Resilience? Like, is it gonna be like the actual general perks, or is it gonna be like general perks like what we have for Myers and like from the Halloween chapter and from the Hellraiser chapter? Because Deadlock is now a general perk. Scourge Hook, I always forget the name of it. The pain res one for Pinhead, and then the totem perk for him are also general perks. So Fortune, is that the new name for it? Fortune's Favor. I was thinking of like the actual name for it. Because again, I own Pinhead, so like they didn't change. Yeah, I feel like after the stream, I should make like a just talking thing for like my stream that isn't with a camera. I had to refresh because I was tired of the lag. True. Wait, my lag? Is my stream lagging for you? Have I been having issues with my stream? I had 0.2% drop frames. No? Okay. I was saying like Pinhead's pain res perk. Like, will the general perks being changed? Will it be the actual general perks, or will it be like the Halloween and Hellraiser things? Oh. I'm curious. Like, I'm very curious for this. I want more information. Yeah, they made it sound like it would be the general perks. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it is the actual general perks, like Resilience, Kindred, stuff like that. Perks that haven't been changed since like the big, like for 7 to 9 years, because he said they were made for a game that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, I agree. I am very curious because like I've been running Resilience like crazy on almost all of my builds because I love Resilience. I think Resilience is a very good perk. Kindred is also a really good perk, but it doesn't get used that much because it doesn't offer more benefit than it already gives. And it says right here, like there are some that are being reworked from the ground up. Like they're gonna be completely changed, basically. So I'm curious. I'm very curious. The HUD is almost enough to not need Kindred anymore. Yeah, almost. I agree with the almost thing because man, the amount of times where I'm playing with randoms or even people with Poly and they don't fucking notice the anti-camp bar. And I haven't been bringing it lately. That's fair. I used to bring it because of Loki all the time. Yeah. I mean, you've watched Poly. You've seen how some of the people me and him play. So I feel like Kindred. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. This has been said a lot. I feel like Kindred needs to be base kit. Did you see me yesterday? Or were you playing with Polly yesterday? I like slept in a lot yesterday. No, you were? Oh, yeah, I did see you in chat. Yes. Yes, I did see you in chat, cats. I did the thing. Did what thing? Oh, smile. I did not see you smile yesterday. But I think I know why you, yeah, because I was, yeah, because of who was in the lobby. Yeah. In my defense, when I'm playing, I'm not looking at his chat that much. And it, because like I'm just in it a bit to like give him the information. If I'm streaming, I'll be looking at chat a bit more. But when I'm actually just normal playing, looking. But yeah, yeah. Now I feel you, bro. I can hop on a call with you and talk to you about that for like hours of just the bullshit. But yeah, like I'm gonna be honest. I feel like a change that they should do is just make Kindred base kit and then give Kindred a different mechanic. Like maybe like make it so that the range that you can see the aura of the killer smaller if you make Kindred base kit. I think you should base kit if you aren't a Swift. The problem is like do they have a way to like differentiate that? Also, for some reason my Ko-fi thing is just completely broken. Like I boot it up and like it's like off. Like you can see right here. We're getting a lot of traffic right now. Why wouldn't they? It's an if then statement. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just the issue that like I don't know how the spaghetti code works. I'm not a designer. I just I don't know. Like I'm excited for this. We were talking about this literally on Tuesday, I think, you and me. How we need a big perk shakeup. How we needed a like the last one we had was like 4 or 5 years ago. So, like I'm glad that they're doing it again because we've needed one. And like I agree with Otz's statement that he made today in regards to like what he did on stream with like what he wants to see from the stream and what he doesn't. Like it was the only thing Patrick did that I agreed with. That's fair. Yeah, and like I agree with Otz's statement from today that like the game's been really stale for a while. Like it's been pretty stale. I feel like we've needed some kind of shakeup. Now, is this going to like fuck up a lot of builds that I have fun with? Probably. But is it going to be better for the longevity of Dead by Daylight? I would hope so. I'm sad that Deliverance is getting changed. That the change. I'm gonna be honest. The change for Deliverance for it to be 120 seconds of broken is a weird change. That's weird. I don't love the sprint burst and video changes, but it is what it is. I need to like go back and see like what that was specifically. I like very briefly tuned out for that. Because people run Vigil with Deli. Oh yeah, because Vigil gets rid of your broken status faster. That's right. I forgot that it affects broken as well for some fucking reason. 6% faster. So I guess well, I feel like it's, even though with visual getting nerfed, it's still gonna make people want to run visual with Deliverance more. Like if they're doubling the time for broken on Deliverance, I feel like it's doing the reverse effect. Oh boy, I don't know. I just started running Deliverance. Like the build I've been using has been Deja Vu, Deliverance, Will Make It, and Resilience. So I can like be very useful to my team, get a good amount of blood points by using this build. And it's been really good. It's been very beneficial. It's helped quite a bit. But now like Deliverance is getting nerfed. That's crazy. I don't know. Anyway, let me see if there's anyone I want to raid, because I got some stuff I gotta do, and it's my best friend hangout day. So let's see. Is there anyone I'm interested in dropping a raid to? Cameron's playing something called the Dark Pictures Anthology Devil in Me. Coffee's doing some Dead by Daylight art. Not really. I'm gonna be honest, there's not really anyone I super feel like raiding. So give me a second, cats. YouTube, I'm gonna say bye-bye. Thank you guys for tuning in on the normal stream and the short stream. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye, YouTube.